Watchalong TV welcomes you to this broadcast of the Dork Side Pokemon League.
No. Why didn't it go to the thing? You know what? It did the wrong thing. That's what it did. I hit the wrong button. That's what I did. I didn't hit the automatic button. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I said minor production gaffes, and we are here killing it right away with many. Well, not many, but I did realize, I was like, oh, wow. I didn't actually, I hit the button and it didn't start the starting thing. Then I was like, shit, I don't think I made sure my camera is set up correctly. But hello, I am Grum, commissioner and host of all things Dork Side Pokemon League related. I am so glad to have you here. So glad to see you. Very happy that you all made it here on this fine day. February 2nd. Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day. It is Groundhog Day for realsies because I am not smart. And again, forgetting like eventually I'm going to remember how to do this content thing. Eventually, maybe. I don't know. But I hope everyone's doing good, doing grand, doing wonderful. And if you're not, that's all right. Let's hang out. We're going to have a fun day here. I got 9 games for you. 9 games. We're going to watch. We had a fill, a replacement as Didact's life has gotten a little too crazy, and the DSPL adds a little bit extra stress on it. And I don't want the DSPL to be any stress on nobody. I like it to be a good time. Oh, it's Demir. Okay, yo, Young Trapezius. I love the name. Young Trapezius. And I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. But yes, Demir has filled in for Didact in doing so, and also like I wanted to make sure right away to give a little flowers to sing the praises of Demir. Demir came in and said, I'm gonna make. I said, hey, you can make up these games if you want. You don't have to. Like if it's time constraints not there for you, you don't have to. But there's no pressure to make up these games. Some people sometimes they just like take the L's, and then I figured we're early enough in the season that 2 games, third game, 3 games in 1 week might not be the worst thing. Who knows? It is for me. But for a guy like Demir, who knows? Who knows? In fact, you know what? Let's get to those games right now, because I would like to get to not a normal, but a regular game, a regular thing. So we're just going to show the games. We're going to show Demir and we're going to show Demir taking on Willie Law, and we're going to show his match against Bask, and then we'll get nice and straight where everyone will be here week 2, week 3, so I can just do all that nice stuff records wise, and it'll be nice. So we're going to start with game from week 1, Willie and Demir. So Demir's team is here on the bottom, Willie's is on the top, and starting with Balls taking on Pharaoh. Earthquake, big solid damage there. Clangor Assault. Oh boy, if there's an Ice Punch, that is scary. That is a scary thing. Drain Punch. Still, dude, 13 is to a Gliscor is not crazy. But bulky, a little bulky there. Getting out of there, unfortunate. Machine Gun Skelly. Love it. So good. The heck, I love that. It's very smart. Using the Toxic Heal against your opponent, when you have an opponent that is having a, like a guts toxic or poison heal, I guess is it, flare boost, any of that, like using that against them with a hex is so smart. Big damage. Whoo! Wow. Big damage on both doing, very large amounts of damage there, but great switch out from the Clodsire to the Gliscor there. And then the swap as well. And, whew, man, the Skeletor are just so bulky, man. but that's going to be a knockout there for Demir, so taking a 6-5 victory. But Jeff Bezos, the Iron Bundle with the heavy duty boots, which is good to know, but that means that this Electrode is going to be faster than it. Big Chloroblast, woo-wee! Love seeing Chloroblast. That's a fun move. You know, it's like it's Grass Steel Beam. Only one Pokemon gets it too, which is very crazy. Now, obviously, I've watched these, so I can see, so I can put some stats in and whatnot. Willie's sitting in here defiant, by the way. Said, "I'm gonna go. Good luck. I'm gonna become a menace." Because if you look at this team, right, that Electrode cannot switch in case of a body press. Because now +6, that body press is going to do an insane amount of damage. Brave Bird not doing too much here against the Gliscor, and it's a wall meets wall there. Corviknight getting the knockout there, so it's a 4-4 game, but there it is. Yep, Electrode comes back in, and there's unfortunately not a lot that can be done there. Gliscor coming in on a free Sucker Punch. Wicked Blow doing a clean 39. That knockoff is going to get actually not terrible. Close combat, though, I think it just the play was to keep clicking the Wicked Blow, because your Wicked Blow was going to do a significant amount there. It would have done 39, so that would have been 20%. Now, Pharaoh obviously in danger here, as it is low. Yeah, see, a Clanging Skills would have made it a 3-2 game. I don't think that this game is in danger for Demir to lose. It could have been a 3-0 loss instead of a 4-0, but it is a 4-0 victory for Demir to start off. So that was I was in a rush with this team, forgot to name the rest. All good. Balls and Iron and Crumplestiltskin. That's it. You don't need anybody else, right? You don't need anybody else. So that is the first game of Demir in the DSPL. Game 2, week 2 matchup, making up against Basque. Basque's team is a lot of fun as well. Just because it's just, look at the guy. Look at this guy. We're going to trade Sticky Web for Toxic. That is probably a trade that he is fine with. Energy Ball, not bad. Breaks the sub. Bug Buzz would have done more damage, though, and would have been interesting to see there. Protect will get this Pokemon back to 100% health. The Goodra able to do 50. Nice, clean 50 onto the unfortunate crit, because that would have been a low health Gliscor. Clawitzer here just going for the Ice Beam here. That's going to give a clean-ish switch to Quaquaval. No, Clodsire coming in. If it is Water Absorb, that is dangerous, but that is not. That is just, Basque is just clicking the Ice Beam button. Love it. Love a good Ice Beam. Oh, it's not Scarf. I thought it might have been Scarf. Going for the Dragon Pulse, bringing him out. Vigold's going to take a lot of damage there on the rocks. Leaf Storm, though, eats it. And now that's a -2 Electrode. That is an Ice type. The Volt Switch just to do a little bit of chip there. Iron Tread's coming out. And the Quark Drive ability. Bug Buzz. That is a risky play, because if that was soundproof, which it likely was a soundproof Electrode, that wasn't going to do anything. So big moves there. Surf going to hit the Iron Tread. So Iron Tread's going down right away. So 4-4. We're looking pretty solid here, but Volt Switch is going to get the kill there. And that is the one thing. This Electrode looked really good in this matchup, especially when you see what was brought there. Half the team weak to Electric type. Rapid Spin, getting rid of the sticky webs. However, Basque is saying, "You don't got nothing for me, buddy. I'm gonna sit here. You can't hurt me." Getting rid of the Toxic Spikes. Another Toxic Spikes coming out for Toxapex. Aqua Step is going to let the speed go up a little bit more and do a little bit more damage. Knockoff, not going to get the kill. Haze going to get another get the Rapid Spin, get rid of the Toxic Spikes. And the #1 King Gambit hater, by the way. Incredible name. Clutch save there. Brick Break doing 57 there. And the Sucker Punch isn't going to be able to get enough to get the kill. And the King Gambit goes down. Talonflame, though, I guess, yeah, you know what? If you're not fast enough, right, you could, if Flamethrower gets the kill there, good scout there, good scout there. Hydreigon is going to be able to get a Dark Pulse off. Air Slash, that is a Scarf. That is a Scarfed Hydreigon, and that's going to give Dimir 2 wins and a +7. So going into this week, I don't have it. I did not do it. Or did I? Wait. Did I make it? I don't think I did. Hold on. I'd be upset with myself if I did make it, but then did not put it in the OBS to make the preview. Week 4 preview, week 3 recap. Yeah, okay. All right, so I did not make a new week 3 preview, right? Or did I? Let's see. I'm just gonna look up it on here before because if I didn't, then I'm going to save myself the hassle. That's week 4. Spoil it there a little bit. Okay, so that's just week 4. All right. Okay, I did not. All right. So going into this week, we've got an incredible lineup. What I need to do is make a like the week schedule, and then save it. I need to save it as as like this week's schedule, but I didn't do it. So we're not going to do it because I did not add it, and I don't have it anymore because I'm an idiot, and I saved over it to save myself the hassle. But I didn't go over it. Or I did not save it separately. So I'm an idiot. That said, we've got 7 games to go here. 7 games. We're going to start, as we should always, with the first game. We'll get the first game here. I'll be able to do nice. We're going to continue 3 straight Dimir games. 4-0, or 2-0, in 4th place, taking on Spencer. So we've got New Blood versus New Blood. This is going to be the last week with Dimir's having the team as it currently sits. His team with Terra Iron Treads, Terra Electrode, as we've seen twice now this week. Spencer, Terra Raging Bolt, and Terra Rhydon. Troublesome Pokemon. Speed tiers, you got unburdened Pokemon on both sides, but one is a little bit faster, which is going to help it in the end there. And you got some very tough steel type Pokemon in Skarmory and Orthworm. I love to say it. That's my guy. That's my little goober. And you know, you've got some pretty strong water types, but Dimir's team. By the way, like I said, I figured it out. I figured out how to make it work, make it look pretty good, how to make it look the way I wanted to. We might improve upon how the team average stats-wise look, but don't worry, we'll get there. But yeah, team average-wise, very strong attacking team physically from Spencer, but also special attacking as well with Hatterene, Raging Bolt, both over 130, and then Zoroark with 125, which goes really strong into Dimir's team. Dimir's team is shockingly weak on the special defense. Clodsire at 100 base, and then Hydreigon at 90, and then Electrode at 80, and then everything else is falling underneath that, and that is not great. And his bulk does not make up for that as well. Like Iron Treads with that AV could help. You know, Gliscor's bulk can kind of help there with the poison heal, but it's gonna be a tough against a Raging Bolt, Hatterene, Zoroark trio of menaces. Noticeably though, Dimir's team is really only weak to ice. Everything else is pretty covering, right? So, but Terra Ice is a great Terra for Raging Bolt. On Dimir's side of things, offensively, physical, right? You got the Quaquaval, you got the Hawlucha, you got Iron Treads, you've got Gliscor's got 95, isn't terrible, and then Camerupt has 100, which is crazy to think about. Even if it's not the most like imposing Pokemon, it does have 100 attack, 100 base attack, 105 special attack, so it's not the worst, but yeah, obviously there's going to be some trades ahead for the for Dimir, but he can attack the ground and the ice weakness. Iron Trice can really do that strong. Both Terra Captains actually can, because Terra Ice on Electrode is a great, like it's one of its favorite one because it gets Bolt Beam coverage. But Terra Ground, you've got Clodsire, meaning it can get a little bit of some damage, take advantage of some of those weaknesses there. And Camelrupt, if it comes as well, can do something here. It does not look right. I need to look at my thing again, because my thing is showing me some difference. Oh, you know what? It's because I did not calc it correctly on my side of things. Because I was looking at like Steel Bug. It's like, that's not right. But yes. So notably, Dimir's team strong against electric types, so that really is going to be kind of force the Terra out of Raging Bolt. Sorry, it's a little burpy there. But yeah, let's take a look here at the team starters here. Looking first here, Zoroark, Hisui, Hunter for Spencer's team, leading things off. Throat Spray, Bitter Malice, Hyper Voice, Substitute, and Agility. So we got some setting up, and we got some dancing here, worrying about the Electrode, worrying about the Hawlucha. Obviously, I talked about it, mentioned it with Bask's Bug Buzz from the Vikavolt. Hyper Voice, Terra Normal soundproof Electrode shuts down this Zoroark, this one in particular. But I don't know if we get to see that. Then there's Hard Drive Check, the Serena with Rocky Helmet. We got some bulk and defensive investment there. We're chipping away. We're coming in on hits. Rapid Spin, Trop Kick, and Triple Axle. No knockoff is interesting. I would think that you would want to get a knockoff on like just knocking things off is so good. It's very strong. I'm trying to think like maybe, but Trop Kick also hits some decent stuff this week. Clockwork, the Skarmory, who we've seen do a lot of good work so far this season for Spencer. Body Press, Roost, Stealth Rock, Tailwind, good stuff. Not weak armor, that's good. Long Legs, Power Herb, Unburdened Sneasler with Close Combat, Dire Claw, Dig, and Swords Dance. Ooh, okay. So if I am correct here, okay, I'm pretty sure that the Hawlucha, that's a speed tie with the Hawlucha. Hawlucha's max is a 368. So that is a speed tie after the Unburdened goes off. But if they're, I mean, it's a speed tie if they're not both unburdened, so that is a worrisome. That might come back to bite Spencer in the Tookus. There's It's Alive, the Choice Specs, Terra Dragon, Raging Bolt. We're at this kind of game, huh? Max Special Attack, Modest, Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse, Hyper Voice, and Thunderclap. Excellent. And then Ponyo, the Citrus Berry Manaphy with Scald Knockoff, Skill Swap, and Ice Beam. Okay, all right, it's going for the Hydration Skill Swap. Probably actually pretty good for like a water absorb Clodsire. I like that a lot. Going for the attack is great, or special attack as well. So a lot of special attacking, and then we got mostly physical defenses, which we talked about. That's really all Dimir has in this matchup offensively. But that said, I don't see a I don't really see the check for High Dragon, right? That might not be great. Let's see if Dimir brought the High Dragon. There it is. Head game crazy. Life Orb. Stone Edge, Earthquake, Crunch, and Dragon Dance. So going physical. Playing into the strats could have... a Scarf special set just kind of would have... But hey, Dragon Dance, I like seeing this. I like seeing, hey, go physical. Fuck it. 105 special, 105 attack ain't bad. It's not terrible. Do it. Cook it. Let's see. I want to see this go kind of big mistake on my end. It's all good. Hey, we all have that, right? Where we're all just like, oh, I didn't see that, right? Bald fella. But that's the other thing is you can afford this, right? Because you can bait in his best special. If you're building this in prep. Hey, I'm bringing in my best special defensive Pokemon, which in this case is probably going to be the Hatterene, which is neutral to Dark and super effective or immune to Dragon, or it's going to be a bulky special defense Manaphy. Like those are the best checks, really. And you're saying, hey, I'm gonna get one over on you because you're gonna expect that, but no, I got you. Bald Fella, Terra Ice, Terra Blast, Coral Blast, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Aftermath. So not soundproof. Interesting. Not soundproof. Aftermath. So we're gonna come in on heavy duty boots. So because of the ice, the ice type, we won't hurt ourselves. Going max speed. I do like that because I do think that you are with. You could have gotten away with just going 390, going 399 there, but maybe you just want to play it safe. You want to make sure anybody trying to scarf catch you earns that scarf catch you. Dookie, the Clodsire, the face of friendship, the face of Osh appropriation. That's fair. Bald fella, yeah. Well, he's got a long head of hair. The face of evil right here. Face of evil, Clodsire. Look at that. Dookie. Earthquake, Toxic, Amnesia, and Recover. Yeah. This is an evil motherfucker. Unaware, Amnesia, Earthquake, Toxic, Recover. This is evil. This is disgusting. This is saying I'm going to make your life hell. And yeah, because that's the thing. It's like because of its typing, it resists, Sneasel's stab. So you don't need to be too concerned about coming out of close combat. You're good. But obviously, we all know that is a power herb dig Sneasel, which that might come back to hurt him a little bit there. Doug, Gimme Dome, the Iron Treads, Leftovers, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Ice Spinner, Rapid Spin. So we're just going to hit things hard. Attacking the two major weaknesses. We talked about that, Ice and Earthquake. Like that. Launchpad McQuack. Love that reference. Power Herb, Sky Attack. Let's go. Acrobatics, Close Combat, and Zen Headbutt. I like that a lot. Zen Headbutt getting the 4 times super effective on the Sneasel, which I like there. And then my guy, the Ford F350. A reliable sumbitch. Earth Eater, coiled Iron Tail, Body Press, and Substitute. This is what I just like. Look, I love this guy. I love this guy. Anybody's got a stat over like 140 is so much fun to use because you're just like, yeah, 326. Some Pokemon don't hit that. Like, look at this. Like, Clodsire had to be a plus nature with full investment to top that. It's like, that's crazy. And he's just sitting there naturally. Which lets you, go in the special defense to be a little bit of a wall. So let's get this week started here with a little bit of a rumble. We got the Boston Dartrix. We got the NOLA. Nidokings, what an incredible logo there. What incredible stuff going on there. And now we've got ourselves our... Doesn't have the music. Hold on. I just realized we lost the music here. Looked over. I said, wait, what happened to the music? What happened to the music? Okay, there we go. All right. And here we go starting things off is going to be Serena for Spencer taking on Launchpad McQuack, who goes for the sky attack, lands it turn 1, does not get the kill, which is crazy. That wasn't even a focus sash. That was also crazy that sky attack doesn't make contact, but is able to live through that one. Dodge the triple axles. Okay, so now I'm gonna pause this right now. All right. Well, bald fella, poor bald fella. So because the Clodsire we know is unaware, Spencer just can click all the time because it will ignore any stat changes to an opponent's attack and defense when it's attacking, or when it's so like going to -2 doesn't matter. It'll hit the same as if it wasn't -2. Big knockoff here, getting rid of the leftovers for F350. Never thought about ignoring my stat drops. It's always interesting. So we got some substitute going on here. Body press is going to break the sub there. Coil comes through, and the Raging Bolt is going to take this body press pretty strong, 32%. But Draco going to kill. That is a Choice Specs Draco. Iron Tread's coming in. This Raging Bolt just claiming souls, taking out the biggest threat to his team, which was the Terra Ice, whatchamacallit there? Terra Ice, Electrode. Knock off, get rid of the leftovers from Doug Gimme Dome. The Scald is going to do a decent chunk there, but not going to be enough to get the kill, nor the burn, giving Iron Treads the knockout there. It is a 4-4 game. Clodsire coming in against Clockwork. Wait a second, that's not Clockwork. We know Clockwork doesn't have agility. That's Iron Treads coming in against what we know is a Zoroark who's about to bitter malice the hell out of this guy. And there goes the ghost, the normal resist. So now Hyper Voice is going to be able to just do a nice 25 every attack there. As Dookie is going to ignore it's going to ignore its stat drop and the stat raises for this Zoroark. So Zoroark is just going to sit here and going to attack there and try to get this out, but I don't know if it's going to be able to. The recover comes through. Bitter Malice isn't doing enough there. I thought it doesn't ignore its own stat drops. It ignores its any changes to. No, I think it ignores. No, it does. Yeah. Unaware. Yeah. No, you're right. It does ignore its own stat drops. Which is crazy. It's saying I'm gonna go for the special defense boost after all this, and be like, wait, maybe he's gonna realize you're right. I was wrong. That is going to do the same damage. That is going to be affected by the drops, but it doesn't matter. Sneasel comes in. Sneasel now being double fast gets the poison. Zen Headbutt though going to get the kill, and it is a 2-2 game. Skarmory is at full health. Close combat is going to bring it down to 35%. Tailwind is going to give everything that Spencer needs to close this one out. Clockwork going to be able to roost off that damage as head game crazy goes for the Dragon Dance there. Now it is going to be faster. Now it's definitely going to be faster. Body press doing massive damage. Going to need, unfortunately, though, the Sturdy is going to prevent any death there as Skarmory finishes this game out. What a fun back and forth. What a fun back and forth. We had two unburdened Pokemon. Very fun game. Spencer getting the win, moving to 2-1 at +1, handing Demir's first loss in the DSPL. Both of them 2-1 though, but the Nola Nidokings, which is incredible. I love that fucking logo, man. I love that logo. That's a great logo. Stars, every star here got 2 knockouts, but Raging Bolt getting the biggest knockout of the game in the Electrode, even at -2 with the Choice Specs, was able to get the knockout there. How Lucha getting a very big game, or starting it off right away with the sky attack that didn't get the kill, which is crazy still to me. But that's an expertly EV'd Serena. Also dodging the triple axle, and then you just get the power herb dig and the poison on the Howlucha to prevent it from really causing a lot of nonsense from going towards there at the end game. So a fantastic win for Spencer to getting over 500, and Demir getting his first loss. And I believe we had Spencer in here, and if Spencer wants to come on in, he may come on in, and we can talk a little bit about this game. If not, we can move on to the next game here on the DSPL. Leave a like on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. Also subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, which we're on both at the same time, very, very, very magical. Go ahead and follow on Twitch as well. Doing 5 things and chatting. Some week I'll jump in and voice. All good, Spencer. Enjoy your night. No one's obligated. No one's enforced to come on here. You come on and hang out and talk as the coach, the winning coach or the losing coach, if you so choose. Talk about the game. Talk about maybe a lesson you learned from all that stuff. That's all the fun stuff. But we here at the DSPL, we're all about fun. That's why we're going to do go into our next game. I'm trying to go through this because it is Monday. We started a little bit later than I had hoped, and I also am a sleepy guy. Tomorrow I'm going to be back at the house to get hopefully every staple out of the floor and sand stuff down so we can paint this weekend, and then hopefully by St. Patrick's Day we're moved in. Fingers crossed. Which means there might be a week where we don't have a stream, but we have the games going. We'll see. But game number 2, we've got Ash taking on Cornman. Ash 0-2 to start the season, but so is Cornman. Both of these guys wanting a little bit better of a start, and one of these guys will leave this game with their first win this season. It is a fun matchup. Terra Zarude, Terra Monkey Dorky taking on Terra Ogerpon and Terra Regirock. But that's not just you look at this team: Tinglu, Zapdos, Heatran, Garchomp, Tinkaton, Chandelure, Mellow. There are some hitters on this team. The speed tiers, a little bit. If you're looking at your top 6, 3 in favor of Ash, but also a lot of 100s there. A lot of speed in this game. But if you're looking at stats, you want a little bit more of a breakdown here. Yeah, okay, so something... No, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I don't know why... Okay, yeah, no, I was looking at it, I was like, something's not right here, but it was right. It's right. I'm looking at it wrong. So you're looking at... you want to look at stats and numbers and everything. By the tape, looking at the tape, Asha's team got big numbers. 98 attack, 94 special attack, team average. Cornman only got that 98 to physical defense and 91 special defense. But this team, it's a team game, right? You can match it up, and that's just an average, right? You can get rid of Tauros, you get Galvantula's special defense, and suddenly things look even better for Cornman's side of things. But on the other side of things, if you remove the defense from Monkey Dory in that calculation, his defense looked good. But either way, tough matchup for both teams when you're looking at this, because Cornman's side of things, he wants to avoid the ground and the water types, and he can do that because he's got faster Pokemon. Tinglu is at 45. It's the slowest Pokemon in this battle, but it is going to be tough to where Mandibuzz is going to have to be asked to do a lot against that Tinglu. As a dark flying type, it resists both, or is immune to both of its stabs. water type, water type things, water side of things, I should say. Tentacruel isn't the most offensive Pokemon. It can be. You got to run like some specs on it, but it's more there for defensive purposes. But that obviously you can get some, Terra Water on the Zarude or Terra Ground on Monkey Dory, and suddenly things are looking a little bit scarier there. But on the for Ash, he's gonna want to avoid the Fairy and Ice types, right? Those are his weaknesses, which isn't that hard for him as it stands, because Ogerpon can only Terra into a ground type, and Regirock also is more of a defensive Terra Captain if it Terras. But Tinkaton, it's got good speed. It can get set up. It can do some damage. It can hurt with Gigaton hammers, even if it doesn't get set up. The Garchomp also doesn't look terrible. Yes, we're not seeing ground as one of the big weaknesses for Ash. However, you're asking, the Zarude, if it Terras, might not be. There's one of your ground resists gone, and suddenly it gets scary. But that's why we play the games, right? We play the games because we want to see what happens. We want to see what happens. We want to see who brought what and what happened. So let's look at who brought what. Looking at Ash's side of things, we got Zarude, Sandstorm, Terra Fire, Bulk Up, Knock Off, Terra Blast, and Stomping Tantrum. I like that a lot. Going more bulk. I like going bulk there and saying, hey, I'm going to get here. You're not going to burn me. I can't get burned, and I'm just going to hurt you. Like I said, you lose your ground resist to the Garchomp, but you're faster, and you'll be able to bulk up. So hopefully you can resist that. But more importantly, going Terra Fire forces the Ogerpon to really try to fit like Stomping Tantrum in to hurt you. Otherwise, it's going to just hit you with resisted Ivy Cudgels. And that is in the favor of Zarude. Got Vroom Dragon, the Cyclizar, Life Orb, Ice Spinner, Rapid Spin, Temper Flare, and Iron Head. So we've went full attack here. I like it. Look, Regenerator, Life Orb is a fun combination when you have an offensive set. And this is good. Hits what it needs to hit. Who cares? The Grimmsnarl, Toxic Orb, Prankster. We got Trick, Metronome, Thunderwave, and Taunt. So we're doing a lot of fun shit here. I love the Metronome. I love the Toxic Orb trick. That's so fucking like, you just, hey, here you go. Now you're toxic. I don't have Toxic. Now I do. I like that. I like that a lot. From the Grimmsnarl, doing bulk and special defense. I like it. Fuck Ice. That's right. Ice out, baby. By the way, love that a week before the Super Bowl, Bad Bunny, like, one has Grammys at the wazoo, but then also two is like the first ever, like, no, thank you. First things were, everything was just the messaging of like, fuck Ice, get out. Like, you don't like us? We're American. Like, we are like, beautiful. Very excited for the halftime performance at the Super Bowl because his music slaps, and they do a pretty good job. They've done a pretty good job in general. It's like I guess it's Apple Music who is like in charge of it, I guess, or producing it, and they've done a pretty good job the last couple of years with the Super Bowl. So it'll be that'll be. I don't really want to see the Patriots win a Super Bowl, but I do want to see Bad Bunny. That's the guy. Damp Rock. We got Rain Dance, Hurricane, Thunderball, or Thunder and Weather Ball. Love that. Get yourself coverage for the ground type, any potential ground type shenanigans. Hurricane, make them fully accurate, big damage. Take advantage of your 125 special attack. Hit it hard. Funky Dory, Terra Water, nice. Toxic Chain, Fake Out, Venoshock, Hex, and Terra Blast. We're going fast and hitting hard. And then Who Cares, the Tentacruel. We got the good special defense investment, knockoff, Toxic Haze, and Rapid Spin. So we're getting rid of, we got some utility here. I do like some good utility. Get rid of some items. Get rid of some setup. Just in case. You never know with Corman. You never know with Corman. What is Corman bringing? Tinkaton with Iron Balloon, Air Balloon, Swords Dance, Gigaton Hammer, Play Rough, and Bulldoze. Fantastic. That's where it's like, hey, this gets set up. This can get a little scary. You know, because at +2, you're looking at 500 attack with a 160 base attack that most of that team that we just saw doesn't resist. I think it's really just it would be Zapdos, it would be Who Cares, and Zarude if it's Terra's. I was gonna say Terrastar, the planet. Ogerpon, Terra Grass, as always, Life Orb, Play Rough, Ivy Cudgel, U-Turn, and Encore. Max attack, max speed, making sure we're not getting caught by the Monkey Dory or the Zapdos. Zapdos or the Zarude. So that's good. Garchomp, Leftovers, Earthquake, Spikes, Stone Edge, and Poison Jab. Little investment. Not a lot, but a little investment. I think that outspeeds the Bramblegast. Earthquake, Stone Edge, Poison Jab, just good coverage there. Spikes for get those hazards up as soon as you can, as often as you can, and chip away on forcing some switch, because there's some problems here. You got Assault Vest, Aqua Tauros, Earthquake, Raging Bowl, Stone Edge, and Close Combat. We're going max speed, baby. Just clicking all the speed buttons. Actually, 279 is it. I think that's just max speed, like, yeah, Ty's max speed, no Jolly, or, yeah, Jolly. Just hit hard, intimidate, drop some of that, Zarude, that's the word I was looking for. Zarude's attack, that'll be good, especially if it Terra's in this matchup, it's Terra Fire, so it does give you the ability to switch into 2 of its 3 potential stabs. And then Close Combat, it just does a lot. 110 attack. I would have liked to see Aqua Jet here just to get, to pick. Because I feel like having Stone Edge... I feel like Stone Edge... I would almost rather just go for, like, the Raging Bull into... I guess the Stone Edge doesn't make contact with Zapdos, but I feel like Aqua Jet would, get a pick off here or there when you need it. But yeah, go when you're going 4 moves, just go Assault Vest, unless you need like heavy duty boots. Don't need it in this case, right? Regirock, Terra Fairy, that'd be a problem to get rid of. Stealth Rock, Body Press, Thunder Wave, and Ice Punch. Interesting to go for Ice Punch. This definitely feels like they just gave it to you, and then like you were like, okay, and like you switched it at the end. I've done that before, where you're like, okay, cool. Obviously, Ice Punch would do a little bit more if you're not losing so your attack there. I'm sure that this was probably, let's see, what's Power Gem, Flash Cannon, maybe even Earth Power. Zap Cannon is so funny. The fact that gets Zap Cannon is so funny. And Charge Beam. And then Glamora with Power Herb, Toxic, Earth Power, Meteor Beam, and Sludge Wave. We're going speed, and a special attack there. So Meteor Beam will give it a +1 attack, special attack on the turn it is used, and then also land a 120 special rock type move. And hopefully he can hit Corrosion. That'll get the poison on whatever needs to come in. So that is always good and feels good when you're like, cool, I got the poison. We're good. We're chipping away. Get rid of the stuff. Rock type that gets Power Gem. Well, I know, right? Look at this. There's 2 of them. Look, ready? Look, Power Gem on Regirock, and then when you go over here, Power Gem on Glamora. I mean, Garchomp getting Power Gem would be fun. I thought it did. It's very funny that Garchomp gets Power Gem. Hey, Garchomp gets Power Gem, Beto. I don't know if you see this. That's Garchomp. It gets Power Gem. That means Mega Garchomp Z gets Power Gem. Does Ogerpon get Power Gem? No. That'd be fine. I know Tink doesn't get it. Tink doesn't get anything, man. I'm talking about depraved moveset. But yeah. Sorry. I apologize for that, Beta. That was mean of me. Let's get to our next game here. Game number 2 of week 3. The Twin City Thick Boys and Osh taking on the Montana Marowaks. Coached by Cornman here, going here into the game. Leading things off is going to be Glamora for Cornman and the Cyclozar for the Twin City Thick Boys. Meteor Beam is going to go off. It does land, and it gets the knockout there. So Glamora able to fight through the flinch, but unfortunately not going to be able to outspeed the Zarude. So it is a 5-5 game after 2 turns. Zarude going to Terra Sandstorm. Terra Fire right away, but gets encored into clicking Stomping Tantrum. So the Ogerpon doing what it needs to do, what it would like to do early, as Who Cares comes in. It's going to ignore that Intimidate. It is going to be slower. It is able to get it is able to live the Earthquake, knocking off the Assault Vest of the Tauros. Stone Edge is going to miss as a Toxic comes out. The getting a little bit more chip there as the Tentacruel goes down 5-4 in favor of Montana. Funky Dory coming in, and this is going to be scary, faking out the Regirock, getting the Toxic Change, so getting rid of its Sturdy, so no longer having to worry about that Sturdy there. Venoshock is going to hit for strong damage there, as it is, even if it is resisted. Stealth Rocks go up, so that is going to become a problem for the team. Tinkaton, great switch there. The Thunder Wave is going to come out, getting the Paralyze on Tinkaton, who is free to go for the Swords Dance. The Taunt is going to prevent any further setting up, but Gigaton Hammer is going to get rid of the Grimmsnarl, so it is a 5-3 matchup there. Wowzers! The paralyzed Tinkaton unable to take advantage of the fact that it did not die to a Terra Fire Blast, as Zarude going to bulk up, revealing bulk up here. So it is at +1 defense. It is at neutral regular attack there. Stomping Tantrum is going to get the knockout on Tinkaton. It is a 3-4 game in favor of Montana, as Tauros comes in to intimidate once more. And the Raging Bull, Water-type Raging Bull, by the way, unable to do a big chunk there, bringing the Zarude down to about 30-ish, or down 30 to 70% there. But the leftovers plus the bulk investment there on the Zarude, able to allow Osh to sit in front of this Tauros and just get up. Bulk ups. Unfortunately, this is going to... Ooh, does not die. I thought it might have got the kill. It would have died there to the Raging Bull. But unfortunately, it is going to give Ogerpon the ability to come in and just encore this Zarude into oblivion. Terra into the grass type. Ogerpon allowing itself to get that +1 speed every time it comes in now. And Ivy Cudgel, it just Ivy Cudgel away here. It might not do enough. Ivy Cudgel is going to do 9% when it hits. And stuck in the abyss that is setting up. Can a low roll get there? No. Unfortunate for Osh there. The little guy was unable to, the big Zarude was unable to live there. And now Monkey Dory coming in on the fake out the Ogerpon, but Regirock is going to be able to sit in front of this thing. Big hex damage. Thunder Wave for Monkey Dory. That is going to put Monkey Dory behind the 8-ball compared to Garchomp and to Ogerpon. Garchomp's going to come in and is going to get the knockout. But Hurricane big damage. Stone Edge, bigger damage. And that is going to be the game. That is a tight one. Hard-fought loss by the Twin City Thick Boys. Ash unable to pull that one out there. I think Ash played well. I like the sets that he brought there. I think the last turn where he went for the bulk up on the going for the bulk up on the last turn of the Tauros was I think that might have cost him the game because he could have got the kill, so he would have had a little bit more health and would have forced in Garchomp, who is slower, and would have had to, like, you know, you could at least knock it off. You're definitely taking chip, but you're at that point you're what, plus two defense. You can probably go for a knockoff and then another knockoff and be in an okay position to get the kill there, because Ogerpon doesn't want to come in because it can't kill. Or you could it lets you swap out to the Zapdos and be in a little bit of a playing around that a little bit. And then you got Monkey Dory, who's faster and can punish some stuff, right? So overall, well played. I thought the Zarude set was great. It did everything it could have done. It could have done a little, maybe I should say it did a lot in this matchup to put Korn in a position of having to play around it, giving up the Tauros, giving up the Tinkaton to it, just to keep it from snowballing. So well played there. But yeah, that's why the Zarude gets the first star of the match here, because he's a good little guy there. Two knockouts, one knockout for the Ogerpon, including a lot of the disruption to the Zarude, preventing it from really snowballing, and the Tauros as well, doing so and getting the knockout on Tentacruel, preventing rocks from being spun away. Garchomp has to hold the Aurora's Hammer 10 times out of 10. Who cares about Power Gem? That's fair. That you're not wrong. Well, you say that. Mega Garchomp Z, Beto. Mega Garchomp Z is a special attacker, so you better be mindful who you're talking to like that. It's just so silly that they're like, yeah, let's get rid of the ground typing, but also make it raw dragon type. Crazy. Very funny, very funny. So that's our 2 games through. Let's get to game 3. Game number 3 is going to see another.
No interview for the winner. Huh?
Oh, hey, are you there? Hey, I didn't see you.
That's so crazy.
That's crazy. I didn't see you there. Did you just jump in?
I've been in for.
Oh, have you? Oh, okay. My bad. I did not see you. That is my fault. Joining us now is the winning general manager, getting his first win of the season, Mr. Cornman of the Montana Marowaks. Welcome, pal. Welcome. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
How's it feel to get one? You know, the first one of the season. A little later than you would have liked it, but still, better late than never.
Yeah. I mean, it feels good to get one, especially over Ash. You know, me and him have a rivalry back into both of our Minnesota days, so I just have to do it to him. You know, do it to him one time.
I think that turn one, I think, played more into the result of the match than I had expected it watching it back again. You know, because Meteor Beam does have a chance to miss. That is a risk of it.
Yeah.
And you were slower than the Cyclozar. Were you considering swapping out on that turn one prior to clicking Meteor Beam, or were you always clicking Meteor Beam and letting it ride?
I was not always clicking Meteor Beam. But seeing something that would be pretty detrimental to like Cyclozar was kind of an annoyance with setting rocks up, setting spikes up with Garchomp, outspeeding and potentially threatening with Draco on Garchomp. It was just something I didn't really want around. And it not having it there also let me protect some flexibility with if I could Terra Regirock instead of Ogerpon later on in the battle, because that would just be scouting for Scarfs at that point. So I'd outspeed everything that's naturally slower than Ogerpon. And so that was just something I didn't want to have to deal with the rest of the battle. Bringing the 6 that he brought, Blim didn't really have a ton to do because it was corrosion for the Heatran. And just trying to get that out of there. And since I didn't see Heatran in loading screen, it was just kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna load in, I'm gonna click Meat Beam, and something's gonna die. So
yeah, boy did it. Beta said, channeling your inner Danny Green, and I very true. Just saying, hey, I'm gonna get the shot up, and it's gonna go in. It's one of those things. I don't know if I would have had the confidence to just gone and done it because Cyclizar can just knock, right? And unless you get that special attack boost, or if you're at a specs level, I'm not too concerned as a Cyclizar that you're gonna be able to kill. So a knock would have been what could have happened there, and I would have been like, I'm gonna swap in. I'll go to I don't see Ting Lu here, so I'll sack this air balloon on Tink, and then I'll be in a decent enough position. So hats off to you to have the nuts to sit there and be like, no, I'm gonna get this. It's gonna go my way. It's so that in and of itself is a skill I think a lot of draft league players don't credit, which is just like the confidence that this is gonna go right for me. And I don't need to worry about it not going right for me
it's because I'm pure of heart.
That's true. That is true. You are pure of heart. So your next matchup next week in week 4, you're going to be taking on Hob, who is a longtime bloodline rival. He is some would say the Kevin Owens to the DSPL's bloodline, because you guys just kind of whip up on him. Like, it's not nice. Just take it easy on the guy. That's all I gotta say. Like, as a commissioner, I want the best game I can get. As a fan, take it easy on the guy. Like, stop hitting him with vehicles. Like, stop running over.
If the DSPL wants to turn into, the commissioner doles out six Pokemon to everybody randomly with a set, with a set move, set moves, set speed stats, so you know where everybody's speed lies. I'm sure Hob would do great in that league. I'm sure he would really, really pop off, show his true colors. That's not the league that we play in, and so I'm ready to bring a competitive 6 to that game. He always has something funky, so I'm expecting maybe a mirror with some of the Shell Smash shenanigans that he has. There could be some fun mirror stuff going on. So we could, we'll see. It's always fun to battle up.
I wonder, do you get a mirror herb proc if Terra Ogerpon comes in? I would assume so because it's a stat raise. So interesting.
I don't know if that's an interaction. If it just enters the field after it's already
Terra'd, yeah.
Terra'd, I'm not 100% sure.
Interesting.
That'd be something to test.
Yeah. Because if that's the case, then Opportunist on Espathra works like that. It's like the ability is just reusable mirror herb. So it can just always get that speed boost.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's something that the old Grummer Dome is going to have to go to the lab just to pique my curiosity. But Corman, congrats on the win. Thank you for joining me. I apologize for almost missing you. I have now corrected my
You forced me gun to my head to talk after my first 2 losses. So being skipped after my first win felt rude.
That's fair. Look, I don't know. Again, I'm not the one. I'm not forcing. No one's obligated. You know, if you want to come in here and talk about how you fell short, it's okay. I did it last week against AW. I had to talk about how I fell short, and then I had to play him. I had asked him the question of like, why is he 80 speed freak, fetish freak, and he answered it. So that was.
It's me rubbing off on him.
Yeah, you love your 80 speed. Just like everything in the 80s. You're like, yep, I can outspeed just enough things, and then a scarf can outspeed everything I can't. I'll be all right.
Yep, and they have all the good other stats too.
You're like, I don't need. Poorly optimized Pokemon. 120 speed, poorly optimized. Drop it by 40. Drop it by 40. Put it in other ones. We'll be all right.
Add some bulk. Give that thing some bulk.
Oh, Corman, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. And we will talk to you next week. Let's get to our week 3 game here. AW versus Willie from one bloodline to another bloodline member. The 2-time champ, the first 2-time champ. AW 2-0 +3 differential, currently sitting in 5th place going up against Willie, who is in last place there at 14th with a -9 differential and going 0-2. But do not count out Willie Law, because if you were to count out Willie Law, that would be your fatal flaw. I've workshopped it. It sounded good in my head, and I think it sounded great in the stream as well. Also, welcome, Oren. We've done 4 games. We did Demir's week 1 and week 2. We've also did the first 2 games, so you haven't missed much. You're still here. Also, welcome in, bud. Glad to have you. Hopefully work was not terrible, but taking a look here at Willie and AW's matchups a little bit deeper, right? Willie's got the Terra Skeledirge, which is a really good Terra Pokemon. AW, Noivern, Deancey, and Sawsbuck. He made some changes, although I don't think I did put that. We're good here. I did add that. Work was dead, so a lot of looking busy. Nice. I was sitting here, I'm like, did it? I do have the new speed tiers. Excellent. He got the deer. That's right. He's got the deer. We go back to this. I did not add that one. Okay, so that's not right. That needs a change. There are a little bit of changes there. Because the Belly Bolt is not a Terra Captain. I do need to fix that. But taking a look here at the team, don't mind that I was wrong about that. AW's got a pretty balanced team now. His attack is still ridiculous. His physical attack is still ridiculous. It's going to be when you have a Necrozma, adding a Necrozma to a team that already had Great Tusk and Ogerpon, Heartflame, and then his special attack isn't anything to like be like, oh no, it's bad. It's good. You have Necrozma as well. You have Goldango. Samurai Hisui can surprise you. It surprised me. Bellybolt's got 103 special attack as well. His team's speed is he's changed a little bit. Obviously, he had a Quillfish before. He swapped out that 85 speed tier and said, let me get a 50 speed tier. Let me get a slow poison type. I'll be a little bit better there. Willie's side of things, same 9 that he had the previous week, but does have the fastest Pokemon in this game with the Iron Bundle. The Corviknight is a problem for the Great Tusk a little bit there, just because its stabs are neutralized and it's kind of a good counter. Obviously, Great Tusk does now get Temper Flare, which is the fire version of Stomping Tantrum, meaning that if the Corviknight switches in on an Earthquake, that Temper Flare is going to do a lot of damage. Going to do a lot of damage there. But again, hey, Willie's team, nothing to look away. Like, they're very similar teams. when you look at the stat numbers, right? Also, when you look at the weaknesses, both teams are weak to ground types. And I don't think that this is correct. The AW's team is not weak to ice currently. It should be weak to fire, right? Yeah. Or no, I think that is right. No, yeah, it is supposed to be ice. Huh? Huh? Weird. Okay. Maybe I just need to leave that up then. Because everything on my sheet just changed out of nowhere. I'm audio only, so I'm going to rely heavily on your excellent casting. Oh boy. High pressure. So Willie's side of things, good against poison, normal, and steel types. His notable weaknesses, obviously, though, being the ground and fighting types. It's weird because if he goes Ghost, he does lose that weakness to his ground. But if he goes anything other than Ghost, that fighting weakness is even more daunting. AW side of things, ice, but that can be remedied with two of his 3 Terra Captains going from dragon flying or grass, being weak to ice there. Good against steel, electric, and normal as well. So a very, very interesting matchup here. Similar teams in the averages, but let's see if that transfers over to the starting lineups. We got Pharaoh, leftovers, bulletproof. We got Clangor Soul, Drain Punch, Flamethrower, and Clanging Scales. So we got the investment in the EVs. Again, remember, always be mindful here. You can get some more EVs by getting a nature. And I think we're going to see that a couple times here. Yep. Corviknight with leftovers, Iron Defense, Body Press, Brave Bird, and Roost. Very strong. Jeffrey Bezos. You did it. Ice Beam, Freeze Dry, Flip Turn, Encore. Nothing strange about this Pokemon. This is straightforward enough. Again, just a little bit of just do that, and then bam, looking good. Or go into special attack, could do that too. I guess I'll just take it from the thing. Machine Gun Skelly, the heavy duty boots, Unaware, Terra Fairy this week. I like that. Torch Song, Will-O-Wisp, Slack Off, and Hex. Strong. Mike Gundy, he's a man, he's 40. Black Belt, Urshifu, Single Strike, Wicked Blow, Close Combat, Sucker Punch, and Ironhead. And Address Me, the Kaparaja, Stealth Rock, Heat Crash, Earthquake, and Heavy Slam with Sheer Force, which I don't think helps anything in this particular instance. Does this? I mean, Play Rough gets it, right? What else? Rock Slide, Ironhead, I guess that's it. I guess that Headbutt too. Yeah. Okay, not bad. I was like sitting there like, what else does this get that gets Sheer for it boosted? But bulk attack. I like it. Looking good there from Willie Law. From AW side of thing, Choice Scarf, Goldengo with Make It Rain, Hex, Shadow Ball, and Thunderbolt. Really good there. So we got some speed investment there. Going offensive with this guy. Get off big hits and go crazy. Somersault. Okay, so no Temper Flare here, but bulk up, Earthquake, Body Press, and Rapid Spin. We got full investment here from Great Tusk. Nice to see. Good to see. Like to see that. Just because it's fun. Why not? Why not invest it? Again, talking about a fully optimally optimized Pokemon. Bulk, attack, defense. No, don't need anything in special attack. Special defense, obviously, you wish you had a little bit, but that's what an Assault Vest is for. You Ugly, the Muck with Black Sludge, Poison Touch, Drain Punch, Gunk Shot, Toxic Spikes, and Pain Split. Going max HP and max special defense. Skew It on the Barbie, the Ogre Pond Hearthflame with Ivy Cudgel, Swords Dance, Trailblaze, and Play Rough. good stuff. They're beautiful lasers. Great name. Photon Geyser, Heat Wave, Morning Sun, and Calm Mind from the Necrozma there. We got some bulk there, leftovers to help there. And then Mancala, Terra Fairy, Diancie. Terra Fairy, Diancie with the Moonblast, Stealth Rock, Earth Power, and Power Gem. So we got a lot of defense in this. A lot of defense in this team. So Skew on the Barbie and Party People are your go-to attackers. I guess Necrozma as well. It's just bulkier. So there's AW's team. Also, I guess we did have shout out Korn, who is like a deputy commissioner, for posting the pick'ems from for week 3. So the community backed backed Osh. They believed in Osh because Osh believes in them. The community picking AW in this matchup against Willie here. And will take us to our next game. Game number 3 of the night, of the week. Week 3, game 3. Willie Law and the Greninja Eagles taking on AW and the Arizona Diamondbacks. And here we go with our sets here. We're going. Leading things off for AW will be You Ugly Muck, and Komodo leading things off for the Greninja Eagles. Clangorous Soul coming out for Komodo, giving it a Omni boost at the cost of a third of its health. Toxic Spikes going up though for the Arizona Diamondbacks, going up on the side of Willie's team there. The Diancie now coming in on what will look to be probably an Earthquake. Is it Earthquake or it is Drain Punch? So the neutral attack Drain Punch getting 33% there, getting Pharaoh. The both Pokemon getting leftovers, but unfortunately this Mancala, this Diancie, Terra Fairy, incoming Drain Punch resists it, which means it's doing less damage. Does not matter. You now have a ×2 Moonblast coming in, and it lives. Even at wow. I'm shy. I know it was +1 special defense, but that is still a lot of damage to not be done. That was a lot of damage to not be done. Flamethrower doing 19%. 2 Mancala bringing it down under 50%. Moonblast will finish off the Komodo. And that is going to give AW the early lead at 6-5 at turn 5. In for Willie Law's Greninja Eagles is going to be Skeledirge, who is going to be able to potentially take a hit or two. Will-O-Wisp is going to neutralize the leftovers, but it is going to not do it. It's not going to help with the defensive aspect of it, as Diancie is going to launch a Power Gem, which is special. But now Mancala is burned, and the Machine Gun Skelly going for a Hex, only to do 32, doing a third there. So Mancala is going to be able to live and to get the knockout there, taking out the Skeledirge, who is going to go down, giving a 6-4 lead for AW's Arizona Diamondbacks, as Mancala will probably sit in here to say, I'll take whatever you got next, kid. Caparajah is going to come in. Caparajah is going to outspeed. No, it's not. Earth Power is going to outspeed, or Mancala is going to outspeed with an Earth Power. It is not going to be able to get the knockout there. Earthquake takes out Mancala, so that is going to be a 5-4 lead for AW, as Caparajah is able to get a knockout there. But it is not a great time to be a Greninja fan, as Ogerpon Hearthflame is coming in, and the Ogerpon Hearthflame is going to just click the big funny button, which is the Ivy Cudgel into Corviknight, who does not like that at all. Woo! Doing 90% there. Corviknight taking a big hit, and unfortunately Ivy Cudgel is going to not finish it off there. And now the question comes into the combination of Urshifu Single Strike and Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle is going to come out first. Iron Bundle neutral Ice Beam is going to do 51%. Now, it could have ran Hydro Pump, which is going to do more damage, but it also is going to be neutral. So either way, not fantastic there. And that will allow the Ogerpon Hearthflame to Trailblaze to get to +1 speed, which now will let it outspeed the Iron Bundle. Knocking out Iron Bundle, taking its second knockout there, giving AW a 5-2 lead, all but guaranteeing a win here as Ivy Cudgel will take out the Kaparaja, giving Urshifu a slight chance, a little chance. Can the Sucker Punch get the kill? That's the question. Can the Sucker Punch get the kill here? A Sucker Punch, no Sucker Punch as Play Rough comes out for Skewed on the Barbie, getting the knockout for Ogerpon, setting everybody home. Happy for the Arizona Diamondbacks, for the Greninja Eagles. They're going to drop down to 0-3. Oops, sorry, everybody. I'm going to make sure I'm responding to my wife. She's currently at the house. She said she was taking the carpet off the stairs. We're left. Sorry about that. So 5-0 victory for Arizona, jumping them into second place at 3-0 at +8, which means there's a number. There's one. Who is in number one that would have such a high thing? We'll find out, right? Because I'm pretty sure our next matchup, or one of our next matchups, is between two 2-0 teams as well. 4 knockouts for Ogerpon Hearthflame is going to give it the number 1 star. The number 2 star being the 2 knockouts from the Diancie, and the 3rd star going to Kaparaja for getting a knockout and putting the potential threat that was the Diancie in the ground. Speaking of the Diancie and the threat it was, the coach of the Arizona Diamondbacks, AW, is joining us now here in the DSPL office, the interview room, the press room. Hello, AW, welcome. Congrats on the win, 3-0. How's it feel?
Hello, thank you. Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. It's another week in the DSPL. It's another week where the bloodline starts strong. It feels like we're getting back to it, right? We got 2 bloodline wins. The bloodline is not facing off against each other. We've got a potential for a bloodline sweep. As the tribal chief, the leader, the frontward facing face of the bloodline, the Arizona Diamondbacks head coach AW. That's got to feel good, right?
Oh yeah, always a good day when the bloodline picks up another win, as we're accustomed to doing.
Despite what some may call rigging, which I don't believe that. As the commissioner, I don't rig these games. I might rig the draft order rumble. I might put my finger on the scale and be like, if we get another $5, we'll restart this. But I'm not rigging these games. That'd be so crazy to rig these games. Mr. Juice does not believe the same as. That's good. That's good. That's why Oren is currently suspended, as with the rest of the British bangers and not the Montreal Mismagius. But yes, feels good to get the Ogerpon out in front and just kind of click the fun button, isn't it?
It's very nice. Nice to get the speed boost, and I got to pretend to be Corn's Ogerpon Teal for a game and just be faster than everything and click Cudgel.
Yeah, it just going crazy. Now, at the end there, now you know the calcs better. You stayed in against a Urshifu that has Sucker Punch. Were you? It feels like you were content that, okay, you go for the Sucker Punch, I'm just going to bring in I'll just bring in Great Tusk and have him finish the game off. What was the feeling of like? Was it a relief where you're like, okay, cool, I get the 4th kill with Ogerpon and get a 5-0 victory? What was the feeling after that?
No, I mean, but really it was after the living the Ice Beam from Bundle and not getting froze, not getting crit, anything like that. That was when I knew the game was just over. That between Tusk and Goldango and whatever else was left, that at that point I had the win in the bag, and the differential. If you just keep winning, the differential doesn't really matter.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look. I've long said it. 1-0 every week gets you undefeated, no matter if you're winning 1-0. You're gonna have a better one than somebody could be 42 plus 42 on the season. And you're like, all right, cool, but you got 1 loss, which I don't think that would be possible. You'd have to be. Well, no, it could be possible. Even in the DSPL with the 10 weeks. Yeah. Interesting. But the more interesting thing is next week you take on I'll say a familiar face. I think I can say with confidence it's a familiar face for you. It is Cornman. It is no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at last week's. It is Basque. I have the wrong schedule in front of me. A familiar face in Basque. A one-time student part-time at Bloodline University. Taking a look at his team,
I mean,
what is the feeling coming off of looking at his team this season as compared to other seasons?
Yeah, we did have to kick him out of the university for a multitude of reasons, really. But I looked at his team probably a week ago. Built a team. Haven't really looked at it since, so I'm sure there's some Pokemon there, if I had to guess. Probably some special attackers, probably some fatter stuff, maybe a couple physical attackers. And I'm sure the fellas are ready, so we'll roll the ball out there in a couple days and figure out what Basque employs this season.
Yeah, he's got. I mean, look, Terra King Gambit. That is a terrifying Pokemon in the hands of real even not the even the most tame hands. That's still a problem Pokemon because
you say Basque has tame hands.
I don't know. I've never seen his hands. I've never seen it. I know he's got a jumper. I know he's got that money. Actually, you know what? No, he's got fast hands. He doesn't have tame hands. You're right. You know what? I apologize. I've seen those hands. I've seen those hands in Pass Pro. They're like E Honda hands. All right.
Gets him out quick.
Boom, right there. And he's got the diamond too. Like he hits it that diamond. That's a cracked sternum on a regular human. So maybe he needs to just get King Gambit, in a 3-point stance, and instead of just sitting back in a 2-point stance. And
thankfully, my edge rushing days are behind me, so I shouldn't have to worry about that next week.
That's true. Well, AW, congrats on the 3-0 start to your season, your 5-0 victory, and a nice little fast Ogerpon for yourself.
Appreciate it.
That was general manager and coach of the Arizona Diamondbacks, AW, talking about his win against Willie Law and his match against Basque, who we're going to shift to our next matchup, which is Basque, taking on Johnner, general manager Johnner. Oh wait, actually, AW, if you're here, I missed something here. Hold on. I have a question for AW. If he hasn't left the press room completely just yet. It's a crazy question. We'll have to ask him that is my apologies. I need to do this. There we go. This way I can see who's in the press room and read chat at the same time. There we go. Taking on Johnner is Basque. 0-2 for Basque. Basque right there next to Willie Law. Let's go. Oh, hell, yes, AW, thank you we did have a question from the press. It was from a kid with green hair and a bowler hat saying, how does it feel to feel...
And I don't answer questions from kids like that.
Oh, that's... Okay, well, They just want to know, how does it feel to be a bully that everyone hates? Which
I mean, you know, it's one thing to be a bully that everyone hates, but it's another thing to have championship rings. So maybe that little kid with green hair and an awful accent, named after a couple of bodily movements, maybe one day he can even win a ring. Not in this league, but maybe in like a league with much lesser competition.
Wow,
might stand a chance.
Wow, yeah, I feel like that guy's looks familiar. Well,
anyway, you know, the generic
yeah
green-haired kid with a bowler hat and an accent that makes you want to close your computer.
Sounds a little bit like Harold Pester, but that's impossible. He couldn't have made it in. We have signs up all over the place. He's got 2 rings. 2 rings. He's got 2 of them. He got 2 rings. He beat me for the second one. It hurts to this day. Maybe one day I'll be able to.
I also beat Johnner on the way to that second one.
That is true. You did.
Not that that's any relation to the.
No relation to the green hair.
You would bring up that fact.
You suck on that, baby. You wouldn't know it's like they have rings. That's crazy. Well, thank you, AW, for coming back to answer that question and provide a little chuckle there. Congrats on your win again, and we'll see you next week for game or week number 4.
Always happy to make that loser kid's day. Thanks.
Man, part of the. I am the little loser kid. No, that Johnner guy sucks. Johnner, you're supposed to go into the Twitch chat and then do that so that it's funny, because you shit talk yourself. That's the bit. That's a good bit. Might need to do that. Start doing that. Going into chats where people are streaming on Twitch and on YouTube, and going into one with one account, being like, "That fucking T-Grum guy sucks," and it's like, "Hey, what does he say?" But yes, all right, let's get back to this game. Johnner taking on Bask. Johnner making some adjustments to his roster in the coming weeks. We'll get to that when it happens officially. But he does have an interesting matchup this week against Bask's 11. There we go. The math was not mathing for me right there. He's got a bird. They both got birds that are fast. They both got grass type starters. They both got another starter in addition to that. They both got like weird looking Pokemon. With actually, was this the first week with this game? Hold on, this is the first week with this team, isn't it? Am I wrong? This is the first week. Stuck at work, so limited. Gotcha. Yeah, that's fair. No, because you did it for a week. Oh no, this is the first week with this team. That's right. Yeah, this is the first week with this team. Johnner did make some changes. Now has Kyurem, Bronzong, and Blastoise. I don't think you had that before, right? Those are the new ones. Those are no. You dropped Hydrapple, Suicune, Tyranitar, Piloswine, and Arbok to add Kyurem, Venusaur, Blastoise, and Rhyperior, making Blastoise a captain, and then putting a captain on, putting your free captain switch onto Kilowattrel. So that is it. There we go. I was sitting there, I'm trying to remember what the hell the swap was per se. But when we take a look at the tail of the tape for this matchup, Bask's team is really, really interesting because it's not normally. That's saying he's only not. But this one's saying he is weak to more than just dark. I'll have to figure out why that's doing that on this one. I think I had them weak too. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to fix that. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. So, Bask's side of things, we've got a very defensive team, very slow defensive team, which does help a little bit because Johnner's team is very physically offensive and about an average team on the special side of things. The Kyurem is obviously a very big threat, but the absolute nuke of a Pokemon, he originally had Terra Annihilate, said, no, I want Terra Kilowattrel, and I want Terra Blastoise. Those two things are scary going into this matchup. Obviously, I have to figure out why this is doing what it is, because I'm looking at different numbers for different matchups. Electric, yeah, I don't know. Okay, but either way, Basque's side of things, I'm gonna want to attack with. I mean, the Hisuian Typhlosion looks really good here this week into Johnner's team. He doesn't have a normal type, so there's no ghost resist. There's two Pokemon that don't want to take a ghost attack in Annihilate and the Bronzong. The fire type is just kind of there for additional damage coverage. You know, can hit the Cutifly. I was gonna say Beautifly. The Cutifly and the Venusaur for super effective damage. So maybe it's a big week for the Typhlosion against Johnner's squad. He doesn't. Maybe even like a screen, like a bulk up, play rough. It gets Psychic Fangs. Psychic Fang can also help there. Weirdeer also could do some funky stuff in this matchup against Johnner's squad as a Psychic type, an Intimidator. But that Defiant, the Defiant Annihilate is also kind of scary. On Johnner's side of things, I mean, you have a Terra Kilowattrel. I love Terra Kilowattrel. It's such a fun Pokemon. Like, it is not a very strong Pokemon. It's a very fast Pokemon. But you can give it Terra Flying and then go to Flying Terra Blast, and now you have a move that is reliably a flying type move, like that's doing 80 base power, but because you have a ×2, it's 160. Yeah, you can use like Hurricane instead and do real big damage. But I love it in this matchup as a threat to this team. Vikavolt can't really touch it. The Hisuian Goodra can sit in front of it and maybe scare it a little bit, but between the Rhyperior, between the Annihilate, those are things that can not really be too concerned about the Hisuian Goodra. So let's take a look here at the starters for this week for each team. We got King Gambit, Terra Water, Sucker Punch, Terra Blast, Kowtow Cleave, and Brick Break. Leading things off. Toxapex with Leftovers, Haze, Toxic Spikes, Liquidation, and Ice Spinner. Just going full defenses. I love it. The Terra Water Clawitzer, we're getting off big damages. Ice Beam, Sludge, Dragon Pulse, Sludge Bomb, and Surf. We just got to change that to Water Pulse. Water Pulse goes nuts. Water Pulse is just better than Surf. I should say it's as good as Surf, because you get a 50% boost from your Pulse moves. And it's Surf with a 20% chance to confuse. That's pretty good. That's pretty good there. Goodra, Assault Vest Goodra is a crime. Earthquake, Ice Spinner, Thunderbolt, and Dragon Pulse. So we're going speed. So this is interesting because this makes it that a Rhyperior with some speed investment could get in front of it, can outspeed this, and just click Earthquake in front of it. It's got Gooey, so that is dangerous because Gooey would drop the speed of an Annihilate, but with an Annihilate with Defiant will then get a +2 attack, so it's not the worst thing. Flame Body, Talonflame, Defog, Flamethrower, Air Slash, and Protect. Defog, again, risky play there with the Annihilate, but you still have Air Slash. That's pretty good. Now Basque, we got to talk about this. Basque, we got special attacks, but we have attack investment. We would do more damage here. We would do so much more damage. So much more damage, pal. We gotta talk about that. I got to pull the young man aside and be like, hey, might want to take a look at that. And then we got Vikavolt, Energy Ball, Sticky Web, Bug Buzz, and Thunderbolt. Sticky Web's a little dangerous again with the Annihilate, but if Annihilate doesn't come, then all great. Gonna do real big damage though. I like that a lot for Basque's side of things. Taking a look at Johnner's starting 6, we got Life Orb Venusaur with Overgrow. Okay, Earthquake, Knockoff, and Poison Jab. So we've got a physical attacking Venusaur. Synthesis to help with the Life Orb recoil. I like it. Named after Britney Spears. Kelly Clarkson, the Cinderace. Court Change, Pyro Ball, U-Turn, and Gunk Shot. So there's how you get your normal type with Libero Court Change. I like that. Then we got Christina Aguilera, the Kilowattrel. Terra Blast, Terra Electric. Interesting. So, interesting, because you have Thunderbolt. So it's a normal move before Terra, so that's not bad either, right? It gives you a little bit of coverage. Thunderbolt, Air Slash, and Volt Switch. I like that a lot. Usher, Punching Glove. Okay. So now he's not going to make any contact with Flame Body, Talonflame, or Gooey. Those are all good. Bulk Up, Drain Punch, Rage Fist, and Earthquake. We went bulk and attacking investment. Nice. That's a scary Pokemon. Flowers. Fiona? Wait. Who's why am I drawing a blank on like the 90s Flowers? Why did my brain said Fiona Flowers? That's not it. Yeah, no, that's not Flowers. I don't know. Yeah, Johnner will tell me what 90s star I'm thinking, or 90s early aughts pop star my brain is not thinking of right now. And then Justin Timberlake, the Blastoise. We got Aura Sphere, Surf, Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, bulky special attacking with an Assault Vest. Love it. Love Blastoise. We are pro Blastoise league here. Killer. Oh, the Killers. That makes sense. Yes. Basque, the Minnesota Lake and Rocks, and the Long Island Ducklets, and John are taking our next battle here. We've got a turn 1 lead here of Basque sending out Clawitzer and Johnner sending out the Kilowattrel. So it's not a good matchup. Not a good matchup here. And Clawitzer is going to go down right away to a Volt Switch, getting KO'd by Christina, the Kilowattrel, getting a kill. Turn 1, giving a 6-5 lead for the Long Island Ducklets. Goodra is going to come out. Now, again, like I said, the Rhyperior could be faster. The Rhyperior is going to go for an Earthquake. Talonflame, great read by Basque, switching in on the Earthquake, getting Talonflame in front of it. He's going to protect the Scout. Not the worst idea. Get to see what's going to come out here. Stone Edge. Maybe you waste the turn there with the Stone Edge. Going into Screamtail. Screamtail using its booster energy to make it fast as fuck, boy. That was going to be faster than everything. Stealth Rocks will go up on the Basque's side of things. Play Rough comes out, lands for 19, but the Rocky Helmet does 16 to Screamtail, which means this Heavy Slam, Heavy Slam almost kills the Screamtail, who misses the next Play Rough, and the Rhyperior is going to land another Heavy Slam to get a knockout there, as giving Long Island a 6-4 lead early in the game. We are going into turn 7 as Goodra comes back out, takes some rock damage, 6% because it's a steel type, it resists it. Dragon Pulse lands for 43%, meaning that the Rhyperior will be in range of a kill or being killed by another one of them. Earthquake from Rhyperior doing 75% damage to Goodra. Goodra launches another attack, this time a Dragon Pulse again into the Blastoise, who switches in, preserving Rhyperior. Blastoise is the Assault Vest, safely eating that for 17%, and as an Aura Sphere will come out, taking out the Goodra, leading to a 6-3 lead for the Long Island Ducklets. As Kilowattrel is going to come in as Toxapex goes for a Toxic Spike, one of the Basque's favorite moves. Basque's trademark move this season, Toxic Spikes. We're going after the hazard record here, and I respect it. I do respect it. Christina's gonna go for Terra Electric, which means it is now a grounded electric type. Thunderbolt gets the kill, gets the knockout on the Toxapex, but if Christina leaves and comes back in, it will find itself on the wrong side of those Toxic Spikes. King Gambit comes in as a Terra Captain. It doesn't want to Terra here as Terra Water would result in it dying. King Gambit lives the Thunderbolt. That's a double stab Thunderbolt. Responds with the Kowtow Cleave, which kills the Kilowattrel. So Kilowattrel don't gotta worry about them Toxic Spike no more. No concern, no need to worry about that. Venusaur is going to come in and absorb the Toxic Spikes as it is going to eat his Sucker Punch at the 71%. Oh, wowzers. Earthquake is going to get the knockout, though, as Venusaur is at 29%, going up against the... it's at 19. I forgot about the Life Orb recoil. As the Talonflame is going to come in, and Talonflame does have the ability to get a kill here, but Johnner says, no, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm not going to let you get it. I'm going to take this 5-0 victory. Flamethrower comes out. Resisted AV versus a not special attacking invested, but special attacking move. Talonflame is going to take the Surf, and that is going to be the game as your Long Island Ducklets take a 5-0 victory, moving to 4th place at 2-1 with a 6 differential. The Lycanrocs falling to 0-3. They will stay in 13th place. Kilowattrel and Blastoise each getting 2 knockouts. Why Blastoise got stars in his eyes? He's so I don't know why that one is so much bigger, but it is. And then the King Gambit is going to be the 3rd star there. So that is funny. That is funny. Now, I did get a message from Harold Hestard of the Long Island Ducklets. He sent this following statement because he's not able to be here. Told you so. We thank Basque for the great fight and are happy that our road to playoffs has officially started for the season. Long Island Ducklets win, and people will put respect on the name. Harold and the Ducklets. Alpha Blastoise. Yeah, that wasn't Alpha Blastoise. That's you gotta evolve it into a shiny Alpha. Looking at the pick'ems, by the way, the community backed AW and Johnner here, so the community is. They also picked Spencer over Didac. I'm not going to count that one just because it's over. It was Demir. I don't want to saddle him with a. I don't want to give a credit. You guys might have changed your opinion. Who knows? But community 2-1 this week so far, and the next matchup as well. They are backing Diabito. They're backing Diabito in our next game here, game number 5. As Diabito and Orin will tussle 2-1 teams. The 2nd place team and the 3rd place team. Both 2-1 or 2-0. Diabito is +9. Orin is +7. That is a very fun matchup that we're looking at here. Now, Orange team, obviously you got some little babies there, the whoop. But starting 2-0 and you got some babies on your team. The vibes are pretty good in that locker room, in the Montreal Miss Magus' locker room. Diabito, everyone knows this. Everyone knows they're all waiting, gouging fires out there. Everyone keeps talking about, hey, Volcarona, you're gonna get cut. We're gonna cut you again. Because you're not giving me what we want, what we need, and we can always use another dragon type. That's what the rumors are in Sacramento. That's all I've been hearing in Sacramento. Who's to say though? Even with two Terra or two dragon types, not too big in the weaknesses, or there's not an ice or a fairy weakness, or dragon weakness, which is very interesting. But there is a flying and a ghost weakness, and this week, that doesn't look like something that can be taken advantage of by Orin per se. He doesn't have a natural ghost type that is fast. He does have a Sinistra, but Sinistra doesn't really want to get in a game where it has to be taking a hit to land a hit. But Scizor is a flying type, does get dual wing beat, does get Technician. So that is kind of a disgusting Pokemon in this matchup. You obviously, though, going to want to avoid the Flame Body from the Scizor or from the Volcarona. On Orange side of things, his team, while the stats don't look great, obviously, again, he's got a Paldean Wooper, he's got a Zorua, whose base stat totals are absurdly low. That does bring his team's averages down a little bit. That said, he doesn't have any like notably exploiting positions of weakness, right? When you're just looking at the type chart. Now, mind you, that does help that he has a Pokemon in Wooper who's a poison ground type, which means he's really only weak to ground and water, and there's plenty of ground immune Pokemon on this team and water resisting Pokemon. This is Zorua weak to fairy and fighting. There's plenty of ghost and steel type and poison type on this team and fire type. Like, there's plenty resistance. So very well balanced team in terms of typing. But the real interesting thing is going to be whether or not a Terra Normal Dragonite makes its appearance in this matchup. As you can see, Orange team is one of his better strengths. There is, the Carkol, there is the Scizor, there is Sinistra, all things that can take advantage of a choice banded extreme speeding Pokemon like Dragonite. So, as I said, the community is selecting, it should be this one, right? Yeah. I was like, I need to maneuver this a little bit better. So the community is backing Diabeto in this matchup. So let's take a look here at the starters, what everyone is bringing. Volcarona leading things off for the Sacramento Coughing. 42 Bug, Quiver Dance, Flamethrower, U-Turn, and Morning Sun with the Flame Body. We've got max HP, max defense. We said, no, we don't even need that little extra. Don't need it. Don't want it. Y'all can keep it, which is bold. Very bold. Hitmontop, no name. No name, no gimmicks. Assault Vest, Technician with Mach Punch, Rapid Spin, Triple Axle, and Bulldoze. Love this. A lot of offense here. Leaning into the higher special defense of the Hitmontop to get the Assault Vest boost with your HP. I like that. Bramble Sand, the Palisand, Stealth Rock, Scorching Sand, Shore Up, and Shadow Ball. Good, strong there. Now, obviously, going to need to predict the Sinistra if it comes on some of these moves. Otherwise, Sinistra comes in and potentially gets set up against Palisand for free. That is, or gets a free turn of setup. Maybe Latios can help with that, as it's a choice specs variant with Trick, Draco Meteor, Flip Turn, and Luster Purge. I was about to say no Dragonite, but there's Dragonite. Max attack, max special attack, I should say, modest. So it is going to sacrifice some of the speed. But we saw that's not the worst thing. 110 speed. It wasn't going to outspeed too much on, or it wasn't going to get outsped by too much on the Montreal Miss Mages' side of things. Cornherpon. Cornher, I barely know her. I don't know why that made me chuckle. Spiky Shield, Ivy Cudgel, U-Turn, and Horn Leech. We've got, now this is where the speed, can be invested there. I love the Spiky Shield to prevent, to get some chip on Scizor over the course of the battle. If you don't know, Spiky Shield is like protect, but if a Pokemon makes contact with it, when you make contact with the Pokemon, it's going to lose 1/8 of the HP. Very good. And then Terra Dragon Choice Band Dragonite with Fire Punch, Outrage, Extreme Speed, and Dragon Claw. Wowzers. Lot of attack. We're just fuck it. We don't care. We're going to hit you hard. That Terra Dragon Outrage and Dragon Claw is a scary combo there. That's a lot of damage incoming. But maybe Orange's got the answer for it. Choice Scarf, Darkrai, Rock Slide, Knockoff, Drain Punch, Poison Jab, so went physical. So not bad. Not bad, taking advantage of, again, similar, like, hey, I'm going to send my my check into this for this Pokemon that is special. Okay, well, I'm going to invest in my attack and hit you hard. Good call. Also, the Choice Scarf, it'll be able to outspeed the Ogerpon at +1, which is good. We saw Trailblaze as an option. It wasn't for Diabeto this week, but very good. Dizzy Rascal. Ozzy Coltrane, the Colossal, Terra Fairy, Stealth Rock, Power Gem, Rapid Spin, and Will-O-Wisp with Flash Fire. Not bad. Terra Fairy's solid. You know, gives you a good. It helps with that Dragonite we just talked about. And even if you don't, you still have a lot of investment here to avoid getting hurdy a lot. Gary, the Slow King, Black Sludge with Chilly Reception, Future Sight, Toxic, and Protect. This is a disgusting set. This is a disgusting set. This set doesn't get shut down by Taunt, but it is a disgusting set. And you got GSP, the Scizor with Mirror Herb. Interesting. Okay. So, is the idea here going in for like a Dragon Dance? Going on a Dragon Dance? Probably. Sorry for yawning. They're getting late. I had 2 classes. Yeah. No, that's a good call. It's not the word. I mean, +1 Bullet Punch. Go crazy. I mean, that is just Choice Banded Bullet Punch with the ability to do other things. Viscera Cleanup. The Life Orb. Offensive. Ooh. Quiver any of the 100. That's true. That is true. It doesn't help you with like Quiver Dance per se, because you still die. You're not faster than it, and you die to a flamethrower. But yeah, he's got plenty of other ones. He's got plenty of other options there. Life Orb, Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, Thunder Wave, and Dark Pulse. And then I'll Eat Your Noodle. Rocky Helmet, Sinistcha with Strength Sap, Iron Defense, Foul Play, and Matcha Gotcha. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. No, I mean, Foul Play, going with Foul Play to take advantage of the setup. Dragonite. Oh, sorry. Trying to not be sleepy. We got 2 more matches after this one. So, I like this setup. I like this setup a lot. I like Iron Defense, Strength Sap. Foul Play and Matcha Gotcha are fine. You get a little bit more, you get health back. So, not bad. Use his own setup. Let's see if it works out for old Orin. Mr. Drevis and the Montreal Miss Mages taking on the Sacramento Gopher. As we head to the battlefield here. Starting things off for each team will be Dragonite for Diabeto's side of things. And for Orin is going to be the Darkrai. So already not a great matchup. Not a great matchup, but swapping out. Interesting. Swapping out. Probably expecting the setup there. As Hitmontop is going to swap out. Expecting the dual wing beat. Scizor swaps out, expecting the but going into the Volcarona. It doesn't make sense. If you thought about going to Volcarona, you wouldn't have gone into Sinistcha there. U-turn from 42 Bug into Ozzy Coltrane is not going to do a lick of damage there. Latios is going to come in though, and Latios has the trick specs there. Goes for the Draco Meteor, though. So great call by Orin to go for the Terra right there. Get the Stealth Rocks up. And that is going to force Latios to probably swap out here. Yep, there's the swap going into Palisand on the... Maybe we're going to see Will-O-Wisp here. Yep, there's a Will-O-Wisp from Orin. But luckily for Brambleghast, able to miss it, getting back to its full health there as Ozzy Coltrane sits at 96%. But now Latios comes back in, takes the rocks as Ozzy Coltrane, the Colossal, swaps out and goes to Rotom. So Rotom here with the Life Orb, swapping out for Slowking. So far, we've been seeing matches be halfway over at turn 7. Draco doing an insane amount. This is the second Draco Choice Specs user we've seen doing an insane amount of damage there. That should be, maybe not. Maybe the Black Sludge was able to get it just above a shot there. Slowking leaving to go get back some health as Colossal comes back in. So Orin being very, very patient, very, very, very patient, and making it's almost borderline passive in this sense, but does have an advantageous position here with the Sinistra in front of Brambleghast, who swaps out quickly for Volcarona, who tanks this Matcha Gotcha. It does a 6% damage there as 42 Bug going to be able to get a setup here or just hit something, get some sort of momentum, maybe with a U-turn there. Yes, getting the momentum in the way that he would like. Hitmontop comes back out. This is obviously Technician. It can go for a Rapid Spin, maybe get rid of these rocks so the chip isn't as bad. Rocks go away as Ozzy Coltrane lands the Will-O-Wisp, a big burn that'll help neutralize this Hitmontop, who does have Technician, who is fully max special or max attack minded. So that is going to help save a little bit there. Rocks go back up though. Orin said, no, I'm putting these rocks back up. Rocks are going to go back up. Lottie predicting a switch there, goes for the flip turn. So trying to get a read, it looks like, on what Orin is trying to do with the Colossal there. That trick does still have that trick there. We haven't seen it yet. Power Gem into Bramble Sand, aka Palisand, with a little 12% damage. Getting Bramble at 88 here. Now, unfortunately for Rotom Wash is coming in, we're going to see Stealth Rocks go up. Stealth Rocks go up. Bramble Sand gets the Stealth Rocks up. So rocks are up for both sides of things. And both sides still have their spinner and their ghost types. Hydro Pump though lands and takes out the Palisand. So the longest we've waited today to get a knockout here. Turn 16, we get our first knockout, and it is Orin's patient play to land a Hydro Pump on the Palisand for the knockout. Colossal will come in on the Ogerpon as Ogerpon is at 88%, lands an Ivy Cudgel for 27%. So is now in 2-shot range, but Hitmontop is already burned. So why not bring in the burn Pokemon already on what could be a Will-O-Wisp? Colossal here. Orin can spin here to get rid of these rocks for the rest of the game. And Hitmontop misses the triple axle that would have done enough to chip a little bit there. Rapid Spin gets the crit too, which is even worse luck there, as that's going to bring Hitmontop under 50%. Hitmontop, Diabeto keeping it in, leaving it in potentially. I think it still should be faster than Colossal. Blocking the Rapid Spin, great read from Orin as the Sinistra is going to come in here. 41% health for the Hitmontop. It's going to swap out, bring in Volcarona as the Eat Your Noodle. I'll Eat Your Noodle. The Sinistra swaps out for Darkrai, leading to a Darkrai with a physical set. Big Rock Slide, 67%. Whoo, buddy, that's a lot of damage. Flamethrower, though, gets the 50%. No burn, leaving Darkrai at 50% there. Hitmontop's going to come out as it's going to take this Rock Slide with... No, it doesn't. It completely dodges the Rock Slide as the burn's going to bring it down to 29%. Can't risk it. Darkrai leaves. Sinisha comes in. Hitmontop, does he predict it? Unfortunate. That is a Hitmontop is going to get taken out to pasture, and it's probably going to get put down. Sacramento does not want to see this Pokemon again. And the Rocky Helmet is going to prevent the Triple Axle from really doing a lot of damage there. As Eat Your Noodle, the Sinisha is going to live with 81%. Foul play doesn't go at all. Volcarona will come in. Volcarona is going to threaten here with a flamethrower as Rotom Wash comes on in. Morning Sun, big Morning Sun, good Morning Sun from the Volcarona to get back above 75% health. Lottie comes in on the, it's probably a Volt Switch, right? No, it was a Thunder Wave. So now the Lottie is Thunder Wave. It is paralyzed, which is not fantastic. The Volt Switch going to allow whatever comes in next to, maybe it goes to Colossal at 48%. Can definitely take a Draco. Maybe a Flip Turn. The Trick, we finally see the Trick. So now the Colossal now is locked in. Whatever it picks will be the move it is there. And Lottie now gets Boots, which is great for it. Luster Purge lands, gets the knockout. And that will take the score to a 5-4 lead for Orin, as Lottie, even if it's paralyzed, still doing a decent chunk of damage here. Dual Wing Beat is going to land and get the knockout, so that gives the lead back to another 2-mon lead for Orin and the Montreal Mismagius. Dragonite, though, is coming in. No boots, so you know it's probably banded. You know it's probably scarfed. You know it's something. Sinisha coming in at 81%. We know it's invested defensively. This is gonna hurt. Outrage gets the knockout. Oh, buddy. The Rocky Helmet does do a decent amount of chip, though. And this is now locked in. And whatever is in front of it, Scizor is faster. No, Scizor will not be faster than it, but a Bullet Punch will probably get a kill here. Outrage doing 70. Jesus Christ, dude. Dual Wing Beat going to let the Dragonite live on 5, but it doesn't matter, as Bullet Punch is going to get the knockout there, giving a 4-2 lead. But it's not, all hope is not lost. Volcarona can do some damage in this matchup still. It just needs a little bit of luck. It just needs a little bit of luck. Does it get it? He got through the Quiver Dance. That +1. Now we know that this Slowking has Toxic, it has Protect, it has Chilly Reception, it has Future Sight. And unfortunately, we're going to see another, we're not unfortunate, but we're going to see another Quiver Dance here rather than going on the attack there. Toxic is going to wither away at the Volcarona here, putting a timer on the team. Not ideal for the Sacramento Coughing, your reigning champions, by the way. Sacramento Coughing. Future Sight comes out, so at the very least, there's going to be a little bit of a chip here, in the aid of the Toxic as well. At +3, Flamethrower should be doing a decent chunk here. But Protect is going to save Slowking's Tookus, as Flamethrower comes out, does not get the kill. Meaning 42 Bug is probably close to the end here, 40%. And it's going to take, I believe it'll take it goes for the Morning Sun. That's not a bad idea. Morning Sun gets it back to 90 as a Chilly Reception comes out. And that'll probably bring in, well, whatever comes in is not going to be faster. So in comes Rotom Wash. We know it's got Flamethrower. We know it's got U-Turn. We know it's got Morning Sun. We also know it does not have Giga Drain. But a Flamethrower is gonna do a lot of damage. Good lord! One more. Would have got one more. Would have got the setup. Would have got the kill there. Hydro Pump lands, does not get the kill. The Life Orb will take out Rotom though, as the Toxic is going to knock out Volcarona, meaning it is a 3-on-1 festival. It is going to be Ogerpon taking on 3 daunting Pokemon. We've got Scizor coming in. Now, Scizor obviously is a Bullet Punch here. Will get the kill, but we see Spiky Shield. How much is that going to do in damage? It does 1/8. So that'll bring GSP within to 12. That's unfortunate. That's not going to be enough. Even if you get the Spiky Shield to go off again, you would need 2 more Spiky Shields. And it is a 50% chance of happening there. Spiky Shield not happening, failing, and Bullet Punch will get the knockout, giving Orin a 3-0 victory. The Montreal Miss Magius going to 3-0 with a +10 differential. First place. 1 knockout, 1 massive knockout, just enormous attack for the just that was so much damage. It did so much damage to the Scizor. 1 knockout for the Sinistcha, on top of just being an immense defensive threat, and 3 knockouts for Scizor. Coming in big time. The former mascot for Orange, well, I mean for the British Bangers. So we're seeing that the Bangers legacy lives on. In fact, I think Mr. Drevis is here in the press room to hang out with us, talk about this game a little bit. Come on in, Mr. Drevis.
Yes.
On.
How's things going?
They're going great, Mr. Drevis. I think this is we are this I think this has turned into one of the league and the community surrounding league, the favorite events, which is hearing from Mr. Drevis following a game. You're 3-0. Congrats on the 3-0 start. How does it feel? You haven't lost yet in your DSPL career, Mr. Drevis. How does that feel?
Oh, mono mio, it feels very good. I am still accent confused, but I very much enjoy everything.
Yeah. Hey, I hear a lot about accent coaches and dialect coaches. I don't think.
No.
Yeah, you stay yourself. Stay true to yourself, Mr. Drevis.
Next week I might be American. Who knows?
Well, congrats on the citizenship, I guess. I don't know. But how did that game? Now, obviously, that game. We watch the replay and we don't see the time in between how long decisions are made. But a lot of passive playing by you early on. And it paid off, you were able to get positioning early, even if you didn't get back to a position of strength. I think Colossal did a really good job as a wall that was a real problem for multiple Pokemon for Diabito. Where was Colossal on your order of building that for this week's matchup?
I'm pretty sure it was 2. It was 2 because I always need something bulky, and so I try to get a special defense and a defensive. And Colossal has been on every team so far. I've done something the Bangers has not done, and bring every single mon he has chosen from week 1.
Wow.
Apart from Zorua and Powder, but they don't learn Endeavor, so that pieces of shit.
Well, I was told, that they were the roster was largely constructed post-draft after the scandal that Miss Magius had a lot of say in there. So I'd be careful. That is your boss. I would be careful calling Pokemon that your boss.
She beats me.
I bet you probably.
She comes in with a stick. She steals it from Farfetch'd and beats me.
Look, you know what? I would say if you called my favorite Pokemon pieces of shit, I would beat you. You're lucky I'm only beating you with a leak. You know, I'd be beat. Hey, me and my friends would kill you with hammers. I'll tell you that much.
Tyranitar is an okay Pokemon.
All right, good. So next week, your matchup. Well, by the way, the community doubted you. The community backed Diabito in that matchup. How does it feel to get them to really show them that they were wrong?
I'm surprised no one believes in the newcomer. Newcomer has no tech, has no innovations. Everything is good. So why they did not believe in me is it must be because of Sizzle. Like everyone just thinks, oh, it's just gonna be the same banger. But no, this is Mr. Drevis, the continental confused guy.
That is how I would describe him. Next week you take on Sky and the Moggin Miniors. How do you feel about that matchup?
His team.
Out?
He has Baby Colossal, so he good guy.
He does have Baby Colossal. That is true. He does have Carkol, Terra Carkol too. So that'll be fun. Maybe a little mirror matchup of sorts.
I also heard he has back shots.
He does have back shots, yes. He does. Well, back caliber, yes. He does. I don't know what he does in his spare time.
It's true.
It's true. Well, Mr. Drevis, thank you. Congrats on the win. He's currently in first place. And yes. Yes. And we will talk to you next week, hopefully.
Merci beaucoup. So let's see you next week. Good luck, everyone else.
Yes, good luck, everyone else. Mr. Drevis of the Montreal Miss Magius and his accent confused ass. Speaking of Sky, he's going to be our next matchup. It is Hob against Sky. 1-1 Hob taking on Sky. They're right next to each other in the standings. Hob with the Dragapult, Terra Espathra, Terra Dreadnought. A very scary team, very fast team, a very offensive team. Not very defensive, but very offensive. Sky, on the other hand, Sky's got a little bit of a balance. He's got physical attacking, he's got special defense, he's got defense. So he's doing all right. He might not be fast. His speed's actually pretty low, but he's got a lot of defenses. Also, his defenses are even stronger than they appear because Girder can hold an Eviolite, as can Carkol, meaning they become a little bit more of problems to deal with and to get rid of, even with the power scale of this team. Taking a look at the tail of the tape, where each team can do a little bit of damage to each other. Both of them weak to ground. That is that is what happens when you have a lot of fight. Actually, I don't think that's right for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, it might be it. That might be true. I'm trying to figure out why this is doing what it's doing here. Yeah, no, it is ground rock. Okay. Yep. So, ground rock, weakness for Hob. Landorus looks really good. Very scary. Again, like that, you could run like just go for special specs, or you can just go like sheer force with earth power and rock slide and just have like a mixed set there. Because its speed at 101, it's faster. It can be faster than Pheasantipity and a male Indeedee. It could be like, but you're never going to really catch any like the other half of Hobbs' team. So you could probably invest in some special and physical attack at the cost of some speed and do some real damage there. The rock typing, not as much of a threat there naturally. And then on Sky's side of things, he's weak to the rocks, he's weak to the ground, but he's also weak to the fire, which means Infernape looks pretty strong here. It's got pretty good speed. It's faster than all but 2 of the Pokemon on the other side of things. It does get Mach Punch to help with the, with that speed gap between it and Meowscarada, but it also I think it gets Earthquake, which would be great for the Iron Moth. Also, just in general, like it'll hit a lot of things really good, and it has only a few defense or a few mismatches, but Metagross, Carkol, and Araquanid all could be problems for his team as well. So that is where we are going. Let's take a look here at the starters, who each guy got. We got War Thunder Forum. Is that what it is? Yeah. Dragapult, Heavy Duty Boost, Will-O-Wisp, Thunderwave, Hex, and Draco. Max Speed, Max Attack, Timid. I like that a lot. I would like a U-turn here. The double spam isn't the worst, but I feel like you got to pick one and then let that be it. Job Search the Indeedee with Choice Scarf, Psychic Surge, Expanding Force, Hyper Voice, Dazzling Gleam, and a Healing Wish. So a very Ranbat strategy here, but it works. 105 special attack, not bad, especially when you get a 160 attack, 120 base attack that gets boosted by Psychic Surge, which boosts Psychic moves even more. It's crazy. Expert Belt, Espathra, who will also like and enjoy the Expanding Force. Terra Fighting, so go Calm Mind, Speed Boost with Protect, and Terra Fighting Blast there. Excadrill with Weakness Policy, Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin, Iron Head, and Earthquake. So a lot of speed there. Mold Breaker to ignore the Levitate from... Or no, you have that. Yeah. So they're like, you wouldn't... I mean, it's good. Like, it's just good in general. There's no real... I guess I actually probably would put Sandrush just to be like, fuck it. If you run Sand Force Landers, I got something for you. Focus Sash Infernape with Fake Out, Drain Punch, Fire Punch, and Swords Dance. So definitely got to get rid of rocks immediately for this to really get crazy. But this is a great set. Iron Fist, really good stuff there. Although, against an Iron Moth, not great. Kind of need the Earthquake there. Fleetwood Mac with Rocky Helmet. We got defense there. Beat Up, Poison Jab, U-Turn, and Roost with the Toxic Chain. All basic Pheasantipity stuff there. Meowscarada will lead things off, or at least will lead things off in this breakdown of Sky's team. Expert Belt with Flower Trick, Knockoff, Sucker Punch, and Triple Axle. Max Speed, Max Attack. Let's see the landers. I'm interested. It is just Choice Scarf with special attack. Earth Power, Psychic, Sludge Wave, Sheer Force, U-Turn, like that. Araquanid is Terra Water with Water Bubble, Liquidation, Leech Life, Endeavor, Sticky Web, going max defense, max HP. No reason not to, right? Dragon, Baxcalibur would never melt ice. Ice Shard, Earthquake, Dragon Dance, and Glaive Rush. So that Ice Shard's gonna get a nice little boost there, which will be very good, especially as that just gives it just a bit more. It gives it 20% on that, which is 48 base power. Turns it into 96. No, 72. Which is I mean, that's good. It's strong. Terra Steel, Choice Band, Bullet Punch. Oh baby. Choice Band, Terra Steel. So we're going a lot of double Terras this week. Bullet Punch, Psychic Fangs, Knockoff, and Meteor Mash from the Metagross. And then the Florges is just your basic Sponge for special attacks. Wish, Baton Pass, Psychic Noise, and Protect. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let's see our next game. Week number 3, battle number 6. The Fighting Blazekins, coached by Hob, and the Magen Miniors, coached by Sky, taking on each other here as we are starting things off. We got Pokemon, and Portly Pikachu. A lot of P's there. Psychic Surge leading things off here with against Meowscarada. Not the best typing matchup, and that will force a switch from the Indeedee into Fezandipity, who takes a knockoff, which will do minimum of about 15 damage. The Rocky Helmet's nice. It'll drop the Meowscarada down to 84. It's going to swap out for Metagross. Metagross doesn't mind a lick of what it's about to see. It's going to go for a U-turn here. Now, the Psychic Terrain also helps big time. The Ice Shard, the Bullet Punch, and the Sucker Punch, none of that is going to actually help here. Metagross, though, is going to go Terra Steel, and is going to go for a big damage move, because why not? Well, you're going to get burned, so let's neutralize any big damage move that you got here. Knockoff is going to do 21 here, and it is enough to get the boots off of War Thunder Forum, the Dragapult. As burn does good damage there. Hex is going to do 54% to Metagross, who is going to be able to get the knockoff here. So Dragapult going down, but not before neutralizing a massive threat in the Metagross, who is going to be at about 24% here. It is slower than everything, and it is unable to. It's locked in. We know it's choice banded. It's locked in to knock off. Moldman's Earth. Moldman is going to go for a rapid spin here, getting its speed up there to get it. That's not bad. Get it in a nice little spot. Knockoff, though, is going to do 40%, knocking off the weakness policy, which is going to hurt Moldman's, the Excadrill's damage output here, especially now that the Psychic Terrain is down, meaning that the priority is back on the menu. But he goes for an Iron Head in case there's a swap there, but Sky letting it go down due to the burn and the low health. Landorus is Scarfed, it is faster, and it is able to get the knockout there on Moleman, neutralizing what could have been a threat between the great job tag teaming the mole there between the two. Espathra is going to come in here. And Espathra is going to bait in the Meowscarada. Do we get Fighting Terra Blast right away? No, we do not. Meowscarada now slower than the bird, who goes for the Terra Fighting right away. Do we see Terra Blast right here? Sucker Punch is going to do should do a decent chunk, even though it resists, because it's 74. It does 24, sorry. Gets it down to 76% health. Terra Blast comes out, gets the kill. A big knockout there for the Delaware Fighting Blaziken, who find themselves tied 4-4 going into turn number 10. Florges comes out, though, and Florges able to sit in front of that, no problem. But that is going to bring Fleetwood out, the Fezandipity, who takes this Psychic Noise, but not great, as it's going to knock it down to 55%. Florges, not afraid of this, is going to go for a Protect just to scout out what the move is going to be here. Uh-oh. Okay, we're still good. Poison Jab is the move that's coming out for Fleetwood here, which will probably bait in the Araquanid. Now, the Araquanid can't Terra, but that doesn't mean the Araquanid can't do massive damage. No, Fleetwood stays in, gets poisoned by the Poison Jab. Florges is down to 35%, but it goes for the Psychic Noise, getting Fleetwood, the Fezandipity, down to 24%. And the Poison is going to bring the Fezandipity, or the Florges, down to 29%, meaning Fleetwood is going to be able to get a knockout. No, no, not at all. Hobbs swaps Fezandipity out for Indeedee, who is brought into the Landorus, who goes for a U-turn, doing a massive 64%. Now, Job Search having the ability here with Expanding Force to do a decent chunk. They were doing 57 to Araquanid. Jesus Christ. That'll be a knockout from Indeedee, knocking out the Araquanid. Now, this is we do know that Landorus is faster than this, and there is no swapping. There's no Levitate. No, nothing. U-turn is going to knock out the Indeedee, which means this is going to be the last turn of the Psychic Terrain, meaning that the Espathra's best move is just going to be a standard 80 base power Expanding Force for the majority of the rest of this match. That said, Espathra, do not waste this turn, Hob. If I'm Hob, you are clicking Expanding Force. Yep, okay, I was going to say, do not waste this turn. Probably should have sacked a Pheasantipity or swapped in so you can have more maximum turns of the terrain. But you got a 3-2 lead, and you are faster than this. But the problem comes back to the fact that you don't have Expanding Force for this turn. You don't have Expanding Force boosted by being grounded by Psychic types, and now you got to hit Landorus with you are faster than it for short +2 at +2. Expanding Force does 49%. That would have been a kill if the terrain was up, leading Psychic to knocking out the Espathra. And that is a Landorus that is faster than its competition entirely. Pheasantipity is going to go down here to this Psychic, leaving it to be a 2-1 matchup against, it is Infernape against a half health Landorus and a full health Never Melt Ice Excalibur. Infernape here. Probably the play, maybe you go Fake Out, then sack. Yeah, that would have been it. It would have been a sack. It would have been, should have gone to Faking Out, then sack the Pheasantipity, and then Faking Out again, because that would have into a Mach Punch. Or maybe go for a Swords Dance here. No Swords Dance here. No Swords Dance here. That is going to give the Baxcalibur the win with an Ice Punch. I forgot he's got Drain Punch, not Mach Punch, or Ice Shard from Baxcalibur. He's going to get the win here, and that will be a 1-0 victory for Sky, the Moggin Miniors over the Fighting Blaziken. Hello, Lazy Lacey. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. 4 knockouts for the Landorus, 2 knockouts for Espathra, and 1 knockout for the Metagross there. Big matches from the Landorus. Again, that's another, he had another couple things. What do the star use mean again? They're just like a hockey 3 stars. I like that I like hockey. They award each game like players of the game essentially. So like the 3 stars is like your 3rd best player of the game. Your 2 star is your 2nd best player of the game. Your 1 star is your best player. So the best player is the number 1 star, and that is Landorus in this matchup here. Espathra, very large. I got to figure out why all the second ones are, all these middle Pokemon are significantly enormous. But yes, so Sky gets his first win of the season. He's going to go to 1-2, and now the thing is, I'm doing great. How about you? I'm good. We're about to wrap up stream here. We got the main event battle in just a jiff, but as you can see, we got next week for Hob, we've got Corman, and Sky's taking on Orm. We talked about that. But yeah, the Blazikens tied at -1-4. The way that the tiebreakers work in the DSPL is we do head-to-head matchups as the primary tiebreaker if they're applicable. Now that means if one of these is 9th place and one of these is 11th place, that means it's a 10th place team. And then it goes by differential, and then it goes by strength of opponent, and that is a little bit more of a involved process. And I start that later in the season. So for right now, the standings are the standings. When we get further into the end of the closer to the end of the season, when playoffs pictures take shape, we will have that. We'll have that nice and organized. So the Hob and Sky. So the community is not doing good. They gotta get this. They gotta get. Actually, they split between me and Nalus. So the community picked all losers. No, they didn't pick all losers. They did not do well. They're under 500 on the picks. They picked Hob for that matchup. So that is an L. How's your day been? Good. I am. I'm sleepy. I'm ready to go to bed. But I got to close out. We got to close out with the main event. How you not gonna? You got to. I got to bring it. We got the matchup number 1, the main event. Yours truly in the main event this week. Nallis and myself going at it. Nallis tied for first, or was in first. 2-1 or 2-0 +9. Sitting in first place. Just sitting there looking at him with his fucking Blissey. All of his big numbers. Said, big numbers. Big numbers are good. That's good. He's looking good. He's 2-0. I'm 1-1 +3. Terra Salamence, Terra Farigiraf going up against Terra Tornadus Therian and Terra Arboliva. So 2 really good Terra captains on each team. Each team having one of the better ones. Having the Salamence and Nallis having Tornadus Therian, and we each having good defensive Terras in Arboliva and Farigiraf. I don't know why this is something. Okay. But taking a look at the tail of the tape, taking a little bit further there, and you'll see Nallis got a slow team. 78 team average speed. His defense is at 84. Obviously, Blissey does not help with that at all. But he's got a lot of bulk, a lot of offense, a lot of special defense. Going up against my team, I don't have a lot of bulk. I got offense. I got attack, physical, and special attack, and then averages defenses. No weaknesses. I like that about me. I like it. It's hard to figure out where to attack. But going into this matchup, Nallis looking bad against Dark, against Rock, and against Ground. And I don't have those as natural threats. But that's what the Salamence is for. That is what the Salamence is for. I felt pretty good about this matchup. Felt pretty good. Let's take a look at what Nallis brought, right? Let's take a look at the matchups here. What Nallis brought Eject Pack, Hoopa Unbound with Trick Room, Hyperspace Fury, Psychic Noise, and Destiny Bond. Disgusting. That's disgusting. I didn't know that's what he brought. Hyperspace Fury lowers your defense, which means the Eject Pack goes off and it switches you into a chosen ally. Monty Move Pool, that's Seb's special attack. Monty Move Pool, Mew with a red card, Trick Room, Flip Turn, Misty Explosion, and Knockoff with Synchronize. Woo! Wow. I love this tech. This red card Trick Room. You'll see why. I love it though. I'm a Boliva, the Arboliva, Life Orb, Terra Normal, Hyper Voice, Giga Drain, Strength Sap, and Earth Power with special attack. And bulk, going slow. A lot of slow. But we do got some speed here. Tornadus Therian with Choice Scarf, Terra Flying, Bleak Windstorm, U-Turn, Sludge Bomb, and Focus Blast. So we got some investment there. Billy Big, the Dondozo, with the leftovers Body Press, Waterfall, Earthquake, and Yawn. Max attack and max defense. No investment in the HP, which you can get away with that when you have 150 HP. I talked about this with like Earthworm, where anything over like 140, you sit where some people can't even, like your base stat is where some Pokemon can't even reach. Like I'm trying to like 403, 100, like 40 more points, which is great. Henrietta HP, the Blissey, Heavy Duty Boots with Natural Cure, Hyper Voice, Stealth Rock, Healing Wish, and Thunderbolt. So max defense, max special attack, and obviously it's similar with the defense HP. Like it's unnecessary. It's a waste to invest there. So that is Nallis's side of things. My side of things, starting things off, is Zelda the Don Fan with Rocky Helmet, Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin, Earthquake, and Roar. Speed investment to outspeed the Blissey. I can tell you that much. And the Rampardos, but I'd probably get outsped like Choice Scarf. HP and defense and standard Rocky Helmet just a chip. Mr. Game & Watch with the Expert Belt, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Hyper Voice, and Overheat. Did we have almost every... No, we don't have. No, I was sitting there like, do we have every Rotom drafted? We don't. We Expert Belt, some investment into speed to outspeed. I think that outspeeds It outspeeds the Hoopa. Pokey, Eviolite, Spikes, Crunch, Barbarage, and Acid Spray. Max HP, max special defense with the Eviolite. Nice with the Intimidate. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Greg the Empoleon with Leftovers. Flip Turn, Surf, Grass Knot, and Metal Sound. Special attack and speed. Modest. Yeah, it's modest. And then we got Hamilton, Expert Belt, Hamilton with Moonblast, Close Combat, Poison Jab, and Grass Knot. Invested into both mixed attacks. And then Mandy, the Choice Band, Salamence, Terra Electric to not be to not get Thunder Waved. Crunch, Dragon Claw, Outrage, and Iron Head also to resist Tornadus's League Windstorms. So that is the 6 that I brought, the 6 that Nalus brought. Let's take a look. The community was split down the middle, could not pick one. Your main event, the Midwest Wo-Chien taking on the Philadelphia T-Tars. In our main event of week number 3, starting things off for the main event, we will see Mew for Nalus' side of things, and on yours truly's side of things, Grum's side of things, the T-Tars with Mr. Game & Watch, the Rotom. Rotom going to go for a Volt Switch here, which is going to trigger the red card on Monty move pool, forcing the Iron Valiant in before ideally you would want it in, but thankfully I did not have boost energy. Unfortunately, Trick Room goes up, meaning that this Mew is going to be faster, and that is going to bring in Quillfish, who intimidates the Mew, dropping its attack, but it doesn't matter. It's going to go boom with the Misty Explosion, as it does 23 to old Pokey there, as I get a 6-5 lead on turn 2. But it is scary now because Terra Normal Arboliva is going to launch with its life orb boosting attack, a massive Hyper Voice for 66% onto my special defended invested little guy. Barbarage trying to maybe just trigger the poison there for a little bit more chip, as Seed Sower comes in, restoring health to both Pokemon there. But Hyper Voice is going to knock out a very, very critical hit, knocking out the Quillfish, as Trick Room is down to one turn. One turn here. As I'm a Believer HP gets back to about 73. So really only doing about minus 4%, losing 4% per attack. The Hyper Voice comes out, does not get a kill, as Greg lives it and goes for a Metal Sound, dropping the special defense of the Arboliva, as Greg enjoys the fruits of both his leftovers and of the Seed Sowing, dropping down to dropping the HP, giving his HP a little bit of a boost there. Surf is going to do 19% to Henrietta there. But Greg's going to get back to about 81% health, which isn't bad. And Trick Room is gone for this little bit here. Tornadus Therian comes in as Greg the Empoleon goes for a flip turn for 21%, which will bring out Mr. Game & Watch. Both Pokemon not touching the ground, which neither will get the effects of the effect of the grassy terrain, as Tornadus lands a U-turn for 9% there, which brings out Blissey, who I don't remember what to do. I think Thunderbolt. Yeah, Thunderbolt doing 16% on the attack there, as Volt Switch lands, bringing the Blissey down to about 59%. Zelda, the Donphan, comes out. Hyper Voice does 51%. That's a lot of damage. That is a scary amount of damage there. But Dondozo now comes out, as Zelda just goes for the Stealth Rock. Lands, gets some Stealth Rock up to help with some chip, help with the ranges on some stuff. Greg's going to come out, and Greg can live a lot of things. The Yawn, it can live a yawn. It's just a yawn. I'm nice. This is working. Now I'm drowsy. But Greg getting some free 6% there. The grass not doing 91%. 91%. Earthquake doing 70%, putting Billy Big in some bad ways. Unfortunately, Greg is going to go to sleep, but we do know that the Dondozo does not have rest. But at the moment, I did not know that. So I wanted to see if he would go for a rest and give me a free turn of sleeping it off. He does not, but in his place, this allows for the entrance of Salamence, who goes Dragon Claw for the knockout, taking down Billy Big, making it a 4-4 game, all tied up. Tornadus comes out, takes the rocks damage to drop it to 76%. Salamence tears into an electric type to resist an incoming bleak windstorm, but it misses as Salamence then just clears house here from this point on, landing a knockout after a knockout after a knockout to finish this game with an onslaught of the Dragon Claws here. Hitting the Hoopa, hitting the just go normal. Hitting the Arboliva here, which it has the choice band, which actually choice band's fun because if you get a choice boost with your speed boost, it goes off of the speed and then multiplies. So it's really like I'm at what, +4, and then get the 50% boost there, and that will give myself a 4-0 victory, getting to 2-1 with a 7 differential. Sitting in third place. 5 knockouts for Salamence, 1 knockout for Arboliva, and 1 knockout for Dondozo, dropping Nalus to 2-1, giving him his first loss of the season. All very good. All very good there. I don't have the standings graphic that I want to have up, so we'll get that next week. But this is what we had for this week. Uh-oh. What? Can you... There we go. I don't know why. Okay. Weird. So, week 3 results. We've got myself winning 4-0. Spencer won 2-0 over Demir. The Twin City Thick Boys fell 2-0 to Montana Marowaks. The Bloodline stayed strong with AW's Diamondbacks winning 5-0, much like the Ducklets winning 5-0. Orin won 3-0 over Sacramento, and a close 1-0 victory for Sky to get his first win. As it stands, I believe there are only 3 winless teams. It is the Thick Boys, it is the Greninja Delphia Eagles, and it is the Minnesota Lycan Rocks. And there is 2 undefeated teams remaining, if I look at this correctly. Where are we at here? I believe there's only 2 undefeated teams remaining. It is the Montreal Magiuses and the Arizona Diamondbacks, both 3-0, with how things currently sit there. Yeah. That is it. That's how it goes. That is the thing. Next week's stream will be next Monday, 8 p.m. Time pending. I need to put an asterisk there just because things can happen and whatnot. Why does this should... Yeah. Always just... It should just always loop and restart when it becomes active, yeah. Weird. Next week, our main event, we'll see Diabeto and Demir facing off. Diabeto's first main event of the season as the defending champion. He's going to be going up against Demir, who they're right next to each other in the standings at 5th and 6th. We're also going to see the Midwest Mochians taking on the Greninja-Delphia Eagles. The Montana Marowaks taking on the Fighting Blazikens. The Long Island Ducklets taking on the Boston Dartrix. The Philadelphia T-Tars taking on the Twin City Thick Boys. The Diamondbacks of Arizona taking on the Lycanrocs of Minnesota. And the Montreal Mismagius taking on the Magen Miniors. So that is your week 4 stream schedule. It all. I am Grum, your host, your commissioner of the DSPL. I am sleepy. I am tired. I will be going to bed shortly here. Thank you guys all for hanging out. Appreciate it. If you're a DSPL general manager, I will have the document updated tomorrow because I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired. I had a long day. It's class. I had work. I had it all. Follow me on the socials. Yep, there we go. Appreciate you guys. Grum.tv for all links and everything. Support.grum.tv for the Patreon. We've got stuff coming down the road on that. Obviously, I'm moving. I've been talking about that. It has not caused, I shouldn't say. It is priority. It is taking a priority, as it should, over everything about like stuff and things. So I haven't been able to edit the extra stuff that I have recorded, like DSPL live commentary of my game in the moment to watch, like the game we just watched. I have that. I have my ZAOU Society of Draft Connoisseur League with General Tar Heel, Vandy, Linz, Helios, Nova Bladder. Who else is in there? Nexus is in there. Great people. My commentary for those games, because they're all Showdown, and I want to get my Showdown content for my own live commentary looking a certain way, but we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge later. But thank you all for hanging out. Yeah, I'll see y'all next week, next Monday. If no one has said it here today, let me be the first one to say to you, I love you. Between now and the next time I see you, do a couple things. Be good to yourselves. Be nice to people around you. Do something kind for a stranger. It's easy as just giving them a little space at the checkout counter, and not being up on their shit. Maybe holding open a door for them, or whatever. Right? I love you guys from the top to bottom, the sides, the corners, the front, the back, the inside, the outside, all of my heart. I love you guys. Wash your hands, wash your ass, wash your calves. Don't be stinky. Remember, it's not enough to just be tolerant. You must be anti-intolerance. It's anti-racism, anti-sexism, anti-homophobia, anti-transphobia, anti-bigotry, anti-xenophobia, anti-Semitism, anti-bigotry. Again, anti-ICE, anti-fascism. I'm hopeful we were able to have a little fun today and maybe have a 3-hour break from the horrors of reality. Fuck ICE. Defunding is not enough. We need very public trials and other forms of punishment for said people taking part in that and whatnot. I love you guys so much. Stay safe. Keep your head up. I love you guys. We will see you guys next week. Until then, stay. Mwah.